Hopefully you can hear me. I'm back. Yeah, I got to talk. You know what it is. I got to talk straight New York. Lyrically, you know, I came in like a hawk. Came back home, no time for pork, but I went to Chinatown for you clowns. I'm that kid that's from uptown. Harlem, you know, that's the way to go. Traveled the city with my four sons, Joe, and wifey, and my cousin too. Back in New York for the parade, what about you? New York Knicks lit up the fire, the whole world feels it. The suppliers bringing you the sun like cancer season. The summer solstice, I rhyme for a reason. Home sweet home, off the dome. These are poems that love to roam. My lyrics are chrome. Can't you see? I honor William Kidd Taylor. That's my dad B. Happy Father's Day to me, to you, to everybody you know in your crew. Be a father to your child like Edo-D and be bulldogs. Understand, not a hog. Forget the fog. Went through Neptune and across the ocean. Bragging, boasting, coast to coasting, feeling swaggadocious. New York is the best. I wear it on my chest. Big E Astrology, can't you see? I was doing chart readings when I walked the streets, B. In the airplane and the ice cream shop. Of course, I had to let them know I'm on top. Big E Astrology and the hip hop. And you know it don't stop. Same thing when I was in a coma in the hospital. They were coming to me and it was like Mr. Huxtable giving them the knowledge to feed their souls. When I'm laying down in the bed to take control, doing readings wherever I be because my brain's like a computer and it works naturally. Mercury and Mars and Virgo, you know, that's the same thing. The reader chart and the sports flow and the hip hop flow. You see, my brain just spills so naturally. Creativity never leaves the E, and I don't understand how people don't have it, B. That's all right, and it's okay. How you feeling with Venus and Leo today? It's shining. I'm rhyming. And you know the two timing. And you got Chiron and Taurus, China the Virgo South Node. Let's go forest. Run, go get it done. Heal those wounds with positive self-talk, son. You gotta love yourself no matter what they say. Negative talk, you must retire today. It's all about me and you. Honor your father and honor your crew. I honor God up in heaven, you know, and all my freestyle rhymes go to my daddy, bro. I've been here since 6, talking about, I want to see my Knicks win. And I'm here for 3 digits too. My Knicks won, and I don't know about you, but I'm more than just happy. Shout to my pappy. Yo, and my hair's never nappy, but I got the locks that rock the block. And I want you to know they used to call me Shock G, the poetry, the hump the dance. Understand, I used to stun on them in France, London, and Amsterdam too. Wherever I go, I give them the verbal chew. It's like the big league chew, not the gum. But I'm the type of cat, turn your mind from numb to fluid, and you should just do it. Coming through like my man Mike Pruitt, B.I.G., the E, the 5th letter. Yes, the crazy go-getter, the former bedwetter, but may not stress that. Understand, the kid with that crazy big back. The poetry flows from the E. I just spit it with that crazy harmony. The astrology, you know how I go. If you're new to the channel, this is Virgo Flow. With that Capricorn moon and that Scorpio rising. I see through you, yes, I'm enterprising. And I'm sizing you up in a magnetic, energetically way. Empathic every day. Very intuitive. That's how it is. Yo, you could ask Biz, Marquis, Sharks B. I just moved past that. And I understand. I'm a positive man. Cancer season, so what's the plan? Come back to your home and intuition. Emotional intelligence is the addition. Last few days in June, you better pray and meditate. Because July and August, it's going to be a lot on your plate. You'll feel the stress in your nervous system. You got to breathe. Don't just diss them. Honor your runners. Deal with Saturn. Understand, I'm trying to help you break down the patterns. What matters, the numbers and the planets, the flow, everything is energy, frequency, vibrations, yo. If I tell you, I told you. Understand, don't make me have to fold you. I'm trying to mold you so you know the truth. Like my main Babe Ruth. Yes, he was a black brother, the chip tooth like Nasir Jones, and my mother should have sued Liberty Lines buses when it happened. When Ronald Reagan was inaugurated, I knew the gun clapping. Yeah, wasn't feeling that dude, and I'm not feeling many of them because they're all rude. I should be the president and lead the nation. Tell everybody I don't want Nathan. I just want love and peace and for us to grow and us to increase all the love, baby bro. It's time to start the show. Back in the building, that's how I go. We go and look at the charts and you can see, and wifey should be here in a minute, B. It feels good. Know how it is when you go back to your old neighborhood and Rocksteady Park. Pizza for the start. Now I'm sharing my heart. It's time for the show to start. Sounds like the voice is back. A little something, something. I thought I'd be hoarser, but I didn't scream and yell so much at the parade. But like special ed, your boys got it made. Let me make sure. Can y'all hear me? Let's see if wifey's coming. She should be here any minute.
At Quintella Interstanding 17 hours.
Can you hear me, Quintella, everybody?
And 30 seconds. Grand Day Taylor family and the Knowledge is Love Astrology podcast tribe.
Yes.
Peace. Unconditional love and light, beautiful spirits, candle, green heart, hands with medium dark skin tone pressed together, blue heart candle. At Quintella Interstanding 17 hours, 6 minutes, and 27 seconds. Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers, green heart.
So you guys can hear me good.
Veronica Anderson, P2B 17 hours.
Hey, Veronica Anderson.
7 minutes and 37 seconds. Happy Father's Day from
Let's
Atlanta.
Go. All right. Yeah, so wife is going to be here. The audio's on and rocking because I came on live when I got home Friday night. I got in the shower. It took about 15 hours. Me and my oldest son, we were stuck in the airport, crazy. Weather delays to Dallas. I reached out to Nettie and other people I know in Dallas, and it was this, crazy storm. So we got rerouted. I was in the airport from like 7 in the morning to like 2 o'clock, just chilling, and then we got on the plane to Indianapolis, got home. Wifey and them, they got rerouted, had to spend the night in Charlotte. She'll talk about it. We had a great time, had to slide back home Tuesday to Friday. Went to the New York Knicks Parade. It was off the chizzy, off the chart. Happy Cancer season. Happy Father's Day. R.I.P. and happy Father's Day to my father, William Kidd Taylor. The legacy just, tailor-made. And, like Ed O.G. and the Bulldogs, like I said in the rhyme from Boston MC, be a father to your child. My whole life, since my father was murdered at 6, I wanted to be a father. And my 4 sons are amazing and incredible. And the whole vacation was a Father's Day. Today was just low key. Wifey made me some banging, vegetable burritos. And I just wanted to come on and celebrate with y'all. It's a big day. I can't remember if this has ever happened before. I'm sure it has, but Father's Day on the summer solstice, that's a lot, Lucy. So we'll look at the chart. The summer solstice came in, I think, a little right after 4 a.m. Eastern. So the moon was still in Virgo. Right now, as we're talking, the moon is in Libra. So you'll have a Libra moon half a Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. It came in around a little bit before 6 p.m. Eastern, the Libra moon. So just remember, this Cancer sun is trining the Pisces North Node. So you really have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to really just be in the flow, probably to Thursday, and manifest through your water. Talk to your water. Emotional intelligence, your intuition, dreaming through the water. Thank you, water, for gratitude, healing my body. I manifest abundance of, clients and the channel growing and just my kids, growing and soaring, everything, and wifey feeling and doing good. And I just pray all these things in Yeshua's name. Ashe, Ashe. Be intentional, Listen, you've got more power than you could ever imagine. And Cancer season and Leo season, remember, they're the most Sapphic pure signs. Cancer, Leo, I'd probably say Aries, Pisces, then Virgo. But Cancer, Leo, it's the sun and the moon. right? And so they're very pure, no exaltations, but just at home, Cancer and the moon and the sun and the summertime. And, with Cancer season, it's about home, nostalgia, the barbecues, the cookouts, the beach parties, the swimming, the ocean, all that stuff. I mean, oh my God. My boys got loved on. They got to meet some of their cousins they never met, and just, the Taylor twins never been on the airplane. So this was legendary. We went everywhere: Times Square, Harlem, Madison Square Garden, Koreatown, Chinatown. We met Jazz Aphrodite, yo. Oh, and don't forget, I'll be live. I'll probably come on Tuesday during the day, but Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, Portia Cooper's coming on, numerologist, cardologist. She's going to break down the cardology of July 4th, the 250-year anniversary of the United States of America, the Mars conjunct Uranus energy. She's going to break down the cardology of that. That's going to be Thursday. It's going to be dope. And then I connected with this astrologer who is a Scorpio rising, a Virgo, and a Capricorn moon like me. And she's a talented lady. And we're going to talk about some Scorpio rising energy, get real specific. So I can't wait for that. That should be July 9th. So, I'll keep you updated as I get, more guests and stuff coming on. The tribe meeting will be next Friday because we couldn't get back this Friday. So Portia Cooper will be presenting to the tribe after she's here on the podcast Thursday. So next Friday, back to 7 p.m. And then we'll be back July 10th and July 24th. You want to join the tribe? It's www.community.BigEAstrology.com. You don't want to miss Portia Cooper. She's going to break down the numerology and the cardology. Think of the rest of the year and give people their cardology number stuff. I don't know. It's going to be dope. Portia Cooper from Soul Card Studio. She's outstanding. So it should be a lot of fun. How you guys feeling? Are you feeling this Cancer season? Coming back home to your heart and your family, tu madre. I miss my mom. It was very emotional. I went back to my old home in 95th Street, and as we got off the train at 96 in Central Park West, and I was just back in the neighborhood and showing my boys and going to my old, Earl Manning Goat, the Goat, Rocksteady Park, home of hip hop culture. That's where I grew up playing basketball, showing them that. And my pizza shop, Familia 96 at Amsterdam, got some real good New York pizza. They love the New York food. We went to Amy Roos in Harlem, Chinatown, this amazing ice cream store. And then Mateus found different dessert shops, Saul Sweet on TikTok. And so we went there on 38th Street and I think Broadway or 6th Avenue. He loved it. We went to the M&M store. He got custom M&Ms. And the Taylor twins, all of my sons, Elijah, William, Jackson, Mateus had a ball, but the Taylor twins, they're 12. They turned 13 in August. They were lit up. So much joy. And so much fun. And I think Alana will tell you, but Alana and I was just more happy for them because they'd never been on a plane, and just the experience in New York and seeing friends and family. And we went to Carmine's for dinner at 91st at Amsterdam. Woo! It was off the charts. Okay. And honestly, I was in so much pain, after all these surgeries and stuff. I haven't done that much walking since I lived in New York. Okay. And it wasn't just regular walking, because you're talking about the Knicks Parade, Juneteenth, summer vacation time, and the World Cup. New York was packed. I think the parade, I don't know the final numbers they gave, but it was 2 million within the barricade and another 2 million outside the barricade. Because I've been around more than 1 million people in Millionaire March, and it was crazy down there. But we had such a ball and so much fun and just so much love. And thank you, you guys, for the Father's Day wishes. I really appreciate it. Means the world to me, being a father. And, my beautiful wife, making me a father. It was so emotional when we first, had William, our first son, together. And I couldn't have found a better wife and mother to my kids.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome, So that was really very special. And Father's Day for me, honestly, you guys, it's every day. Do you know what I mean? And that's how I think about Valentine's Day and our anniversary coming up on Jupiter Leo, June 30th. We'll be married 18 years. But to me, I don't need these man-made holidays for a calendar. to love my sons or my wife or appreciate or be in gratitude. You know, I've always been like that. And then it increased after being in coma for 40 days and almost dying. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just good to be back. You know, nothing like sleeping in your own bed. But I'll tell you, the energy in New York, it's literally spread across the world. You know, like I think I was back there. Everybody became a Knicks fan. And think about that. The starting five was 2 Virgos, a Cancer, a Scorpio, and a Pisces. You know, and then off the bench you had a Pisces and Landry Shamet, 2 Aries and Jose Alvarado, Mitchell Robinson, and Christ the King High School, Jose Alvarado, Boricua in the house. He's from New York, you know, and it was just incredible, you know. And Mike Brown, the head coach, is a Pisces, so that team was just in the flow, like earth and water. You know, you okay?
Yes, I'm here.
And wifey's here. She's gonna come read the chat. She's back.
How is everybody?
Everybody's
we had
good.
Such a lovely time, and I just want to thank everybody who wished us well. We had a wonderful, wonderful time. Had a little extended time, which I was happy about. I mean, you know, whatever. You can't complain. You just got to roll with the punches. So me and the 3 youngest Taylor boys, we stopped over and did an unexpected stop in Charlotte, North Carolina, stayed there overnight, and continued on. And so it was a really wonderful time for all of us. And so thank you. And I heard Eric talk about these man-made holidays. Celebrate every day. Love the people in your life every single day. Yeah. Let me take a little look at who is here in the chat. Oh, we have King Capri.
Yeah, he was. Him and Quintella were the only ones there for me the other night when I went live at midnight.
Anjani is here.
Hey, Anjani.
Hello.
What's up, friend?
Emily Styles. Do we know Emily Styles?
Yes. What's up, Emily Styles? She's from New York and New Jersey.
Okay,
I was out there, Em. How you feeling, friend?
And then Quintella.
And it's Cancer season. She's a Cancer. Happy birthday to her.
Happy Cancer season. Mm-hmm. Quintella, my friend, I love you. Thank you so much. And Veronica Anderson. Do we know Veronica?
No, I think Veronica, you're new. So share your big 3.
She's from Atlanta.
Nice ATL in the house, but share your Sun Moon Rising and do a free
and DJ
breakdown.
Danny's here.
Danny's in the house. I already spoke to Danny. Happy Father's Day, bro. Thank you for the love.
And Teresa is here.
Hey,
Thank you, Teresa.
Teresa, I came back on, but you must have gone to bed. But you were there when I first came on live, and I did the crazy freestyle that nobody could hear. Oh my God, you guys! I wish you could have heard it. I blacked out. Now, the one that I came back on the other night for the Astro Weather, it was still good. But that first 12 minutes that y'all couldn't hear me, I promise you, I was in my bag. New York City swag. The freestyle was crazy. It was crazy. But that's okay. God and my Father
Sandra
heard it.
at Peace is here.
Hey, Sandra.
Hello.
She's the star for the Stars and Cars Lounge. Yay. Sandra, you were amazing. How are you, my friend?
Good to have you on there. I didn't, not with me, but with them. So good to see you. And we had a lovely time. It was so nice being back, as he said, you know, when you had children, looking at it through their eyes. And that was a beautiful thing for us to be able to do. The Taylor boys had such a lovely time. We did so much.
My God.
We
were nonstop.
See, people in Arizona don't walk like people in New York. We were averaging between about 20,000 steps or more a day. Like,
easy.
Well, I was
between 17 and 20.
Mine were, because I have my watch and my different things on me, and we were like about 18,000+, and that's a pretty good amount. My feet were tired, the kids were tired, everybody was tired, but we were so happy.
But we did it every day.
Oh my gosh! So the boys love their TikToks, and while we were down at Times Square,
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden. All of a sudden, my kids start dapping up some guy, and he's like some kind of Instagram like star with thousands and thousands.
For the Knicks, he was a Knicks fan, and so he was posted out in front of MSG. But he started the channel and went like super viral. Had like 250,000 followers because he said all the stuff about the Knicks, and he just stands there. People take pictures with it. It's funny.
And so, yeah, Mateus was so excited to see him. And Mateus had his little food stuff. So he got his little sugar-coated fruit from Koreatown. It's actually really good.
We had the, what's it called? Boba.
And then we had boba. And then he got, they make these pastries that look just like fruit or whatever. So the big giant blueberry and an orange and a strawberry, I think, and a coconut. And
so, well, we went to, it's South Sweet on 38th Street and I think Broadway or 6th Avenue. I think it's Broadway. And we went there. My cousin, helped us find it, and we found it. And Mateus was so happy.
These are things that he has been looking at, and he's a little foodie, and so he got to do that and have the special ice cream. And we were just like, because we don't normally eat like that, and we were like, go, just do your thing.
Me and her are starting to fast tomorrow.
Yes, we are. Oh, and I just ordered, baby. I just ordered the soursop bitters.
Oh, good.
Have you guys heard about this new soursop bitter thing? And I don't normally go in for stuff that you see Amazon online and whatnot, but this particular one, we had our friend Nettie Nellis. She's been doing it, and it has been knocking that stuff out. Yeah. And we were like, well, all the food we're gonna have to go.
But I will say we ate not so terrible.
We didn't eat terrible.
We didn't eat that terrible. I mean, pizza.
But
when we went to Chinatown, I had vegetable dumplings and vegetable fried rice.
We went to this amazing dim sum place that's been around in Chinatown since Nimha, something like that. That's been around since 1920. And bathrooms gross as hell.
Yeah, the bathrooms are nasty.
The food was okay. The food was good.
But low key, she snuck me into the women's bathroom.
I did. I was like, my baby cannot go in there.
She's like, she don't want me
to come in here.
She didn't want me in the men's
I
bathroom.
said, no.
And when we came out, this woman was looking at us.
Good wives do not allow their husbands to go into ultra gross bathrooms. We just don't.
I had a lot of gratitude.
Yes, gratitude. You're welcome. You're welcome. And so yeah, it was really lovely.
But after Chinatown, when we were still down there, we went to this ice cream place, and I forgot Soft Swerve or some soft serves. It was like
they had some soft serve and they had some regular ice cream.
No, the name of it though was like Soft Swerve. I think it was incredible. But I had an almond cookie ice cream, you guys. And normally she'll tell you I do not the ice cream. What do I normally
sorbet?
I normally do sorbet because I can't do dairy. It jacks up my stomach.
It's lactose intolerant.
This didn't bother my stomach. It wasn't too sweet. It was almond cookie ice cream. It was like, it was heaven. It was perfect. Yes. And just so you guys know, the vacation was the Cancer Leo moon energy with Venus and Leo. So when I say I was outside, Scorpio rising, Leo 10th house with Venus there, I was outside. I was in the ice cream shop. I was doing astrology readings for these ladies and this one guy. They were like blown away, and it was just really dope. They were like, oh my God, you're so good. And they started subscribing. So I was pulling up subscribers on a plane out here. I was sitting next to a young lady. I was breaking down her chart, her family. She was like, oh my God. She was, I think, a Leo sun, Virgo rising, and maybe a Libra moon.
So this
was
the boys at the Knicks Parade and just some of the people there. And that's our cousin Dawn with the peace sign and all of our boys and Eric there in the back. And when they were dealing with that craziness,
tell them what you did.
I went uptown, way uptown to the Cloisters, which is about 180 something in Manhattan,
Washington Heights
area. And I just was walking all over the place, but they had beautiful hills and all these things. And I was sitting in like absolute nature. And it was so nice. Like they're doing their thing. And I'm sitting up on like a park bench, cross-legged, meditating and like, yes. And I'm walking around. I mean, you would be hard pressed to even remember that you were in the city. Let me see. Kaboto Maria is here.
Hey, Kaboto.
Nice to see you, friend. And thank you. Sandra said, great looking family, nice photos. We have we'll be sharing different things.
Well, you guys can definitely go follow me on IG or TikTok, BigEAstro Astrology. I've already shared some stuff.
Miss Chantel.
Hey, Chantel.
Baby. Yes, girl. She missed you. And happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you, Chantel.
Mr. Eric.
Oh,
thank you.
I appreciate that, sweetheart.
We appreciate you so much.
And I loved your artwork and everything. Thank you.
And let's see. We just had a really wonderful time. And being back in that energy of New York, it's a whole other.
But it was
thing,
magical.
you know?
It was different. Listen, I'm a native New Yorker. When we left New York in 2011, it was before my 41st birthday. Born and raised there. And I will tell you, even 9/11, just my whole life, the Giants have won 2 Super Bowls. The Yankees have won a bunch of World Series. The energy in New York right now is different. Maybe it's the planetary alignments. I'm sure it is, right? But it is, the whole world feels it. You look all over social media, anybody that's anybody is making videos about New York and the Knicks, because what people are tapping into is this Venus Leo and the soon to come Jupiter Leo heart chakra frequency. You've never seen the way that grown men were crying in the joy, strangers dapping each up and hugging each other. I hugged some people down there to pray. The love it's palatable. It's so potent and strong that, New Yorkers normally just mind their business. They're just doing their thing and this and that. People were like talking to each other. How you feeling? You saw the game? Like the energy, the love, it is super dope.
Yeah, we had, it was just a lovely, lovely time. And everything was aligning just for us in the most perfect way. And I know it's our energy, but it's also the energy that y'all send us. So thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely.
We had, even with the little bit of plane mix-up, it was worse for them. Honestly, it was way worse for them.
I wish I was with them going to Charlotte in a hotel. It was funny
because when we were booking our return flight, they gave us a choice, meaning me and the boys, because we could not get on the same planes as them, to go through North Carolina or through Dallas. We chose North Carolina because I said, well, we'll sort of act like we went to a state that we haven't already been to.
Yeah.
And luckily we did.
Charlotte was the move.
Yeah. And we were able to, because what happens with the planes is that your originating city, they don't give you any kind of accommodations. Your connecting city, they will. So they had offered me the opportunity to fly out of JFK the following day. But I said, well, are you going to pay for my hotel and my transportation from LaGuardia to JFK? And they said, no. Well, that
nope.
And that in itself would have been hundreds of dollars. And I said, well, then send us to North Carolina and I need you to put me in a hotel there. And they were very accommodating. This is American Airlines. I have to
salute to American Airlines.
They did right by us. Things happen. There was a terrible storm that came through Dallas, and that's American's hub. And
threw off all the chain reaction.
Chain react all over. So it was really good. We have.
Did Veronica share her big three? Santrika or Tantrika?
Tantrika Sophia.
Hello, Tantrika
Father's
Sophia.
Day, is she new? I don't know that name.
Well, actually, that may be. It may
Have you been with us before?
Yeah, I think it may be Valeria Sophia. So if it is, she's been a guest on the show, and she may be coming back in July, August. So yes, I think that's her channel. So thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
But let us know. And if
make sure
it's
you.
Then...
I think that's your YouTube name. I can't remember. Yeah.
Well, if that's not you, Sophia Valeria, then do give us your
Valeria Sophia.
Oh, I'm sorry, Valeria Sophia.
Yeah, but Veronica, if you want, share your sun, moon, rise, and your big three. But so I want to say this to you guys, the solstice, and we'll bring up the chart in a little bit. It came in early this morning on the East Coast, like 4:00, 4:01. It was the Gemini rising, Cancer sun, and the Virgo moon. This Libra moon came in a little bit before 6 p.m. Eastern. So we'll rock with that Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, which means if you're a Libra sun sign, it's a good opportunity and time to do some intermittent fasting. And Valeria Sophia, you're a Libra, right? So no drugs, no sex, no alcohol, no meat, no cursing. When the moon comes back to your natal sun, it's a 60-hour period, and you could even just do 48 hours to realign your body on a cellular level by cleansing and purging. And so you could do smoothies, fasting, eat very light fruits and vegetables. I know in the summer we're outside a lot or whatever, but try to, if you go to bed at 10, try to have that final meal at 6. Digestion, right, should happen before you go to bed. When you go to sleep at night, you don't want your body to be working and digesting, because then that means it's not healing. It's not restoring. Capiche? Pay attention. So, that's really cool. And I just thank all my new followers and subscribers on IG. I went from 2,200 to like over 3,000 in like 2 weeks. I had a little mini viral moment. You know, I told you, I don't know any magic. I just broke down karmic debt that people can experience and go through with the Aquarius sun and moon, and how to rock with that. You have to honor your mother and father, and the house will tell you how. But that video resonated with people. I'm telling you, like, it's got like probably over 60,000 views, over like 2,000 or 3,000 likes, over probably up to 600 comments. I couldn't even like get back to everybody, but I've been, trying, because this was happening like right before I was going on the trip. And, but it's just, a lot of love. And I like to just give love back. And hopefully some of them come over to YouTube. And then obviously not too long ago, just hit 11K on YouTube. So I just stay in gratitude. But I love, and you guys, maybe some of you YouTube people, come follow me on IG. The IG is just like kind of, blew up with that little mini viral thing. Mm-hmm. And so that was good. So one thing I want to say, let's talk about Cancer the crab. We'll get back to the chat in a second. But who and what is Cancer? Okay, so Cancer season started today, right? We're still in the cusp of magic, the Gemini Cancer cusp, and that will last till Tuesday, which is when the NBA draft is. And my Knicks will get another player to add to the crew and the roster. But Cancer is the feminine cardinal water sign, okay? It's ruled by the moon, and it's debilitated in Saturn. And it's exalted Cancer in Jupiter. Okay. And it's in its planetary fall in Mars. So Cancer, it's very interesting. People sometimes get tripped up and think sensitivity is like a dirty word. Oh, you're too sensitive. We got to change that vernacular and that thought process. That's Neptune, Pisces, Piscean age matrix thinking. Sensitivity, you're sensitive to energy, frequency, and vibrations. That is a gift. Cancer people have a wisdom, inner knowledge and knowing, and emotional intelligence that a lot of us could dream about having. Cancers are about safety and security. Look at the animal, the crab, right? The 6'9". They are about their home. They're about their feelings, their emotions. But with Jupiter just there this past year, and it's there to June 30th, hopefully Cancer, Sun, Moon, risings have increased their emotional intelligence. That's what you should have been working on. That's what I've been talking about and preaching and sharing with you guys. Cancer is extremely funny. If their feelings get hurt, they will retreat back to their shell. They can be overly sensitive sometimes, but it's also because they're reading the room. I think what's different with the water signs, with Scorpio and Pisces, remember, Cancer and Scorpio have that shell of protection. Pisces is the fish. It's got no protection. So Pisces, in a lot of ways, is more sensitive to Cancer or Scorpio in terms of their feelings. Cancer, they'll retreat and protect themselves. And fish is just out there in the streets naked. Cancers are like, I'm in my shell. I'm a crab, and I'll snap you. Scorpio will sting you. The fish is like, boop, boop, boop. They can't do anything to you, right? So it's a different energy when you just think about and integrating these symbols and animals. Remember, Libra is the only one, Libra moon, inanimate object, right? Inanimate object. It's the scales, right, of justice, but also the scales of the marketplace when you shop and measure your rice, beans, and meat. But Cancer, one thing that you guys got to know, Cancer, right, the sister sign Capricorn, they're always trying to balance Cancer, Capricorn, any sister signs, right? Us, Virgo, Pisces. And so Cancer sometimes on their shadow will have Capricorn attributes. That they can get single-minded on their status, the success, the bag, earning money. Cancer can be very moody. You catch a Cancer on the wrong mood, you're in trouble. And remember, Pisces, they have the addiction, number one addiction in self-hurting. Scorpio, they're number one for domestic violence, right? Cancer, they're number one for murder, she wrote. Murder, she wrote. Cancer will black out and the whole room will just be gone. Like everybody's gone. So, they definitely can switch moods quickly. And they can have a very tough streak. That's why it's in its fall in Mars. Cancer, Mars, the analogy, it's like giving a mother a machete or machine gun in the kitchen. Mom don't need that. She just needs a good knife to cut the meats and veggies, right? So, sometimes when you're looking at a sign, look at the exaltations, the falls, the home, the debilitated, and think about that. The moon, Mars, Saturn, Jupiter. So you got a benefic and two malefics, for the exaltations, falls, and debilitations. So that tells you a lot about Cancer, okay? And that right there wraps up the mood swings. Cancer, Jupiter is who's your first teacher? Tu madre, your mother. That's that motherly wisdom and knowledge, right? Anjani rocks with that. The Cancer, Saturn, debilitated, right? They feel restricted with their feelings, their emotions. It can be very like tough, Cancer, Saturn, because Saturn is like discipline, structure, hard work, Cancer's like, I don't feel like doing that, right? My mood is not rocking with that. And then Mars, Cancer, Mars, that's the blacking out in the whole room. Everybody is a bloodbath. Everybody's dead. But we're here for happy times, and Cancer, Mars won't do that, but they will protect their family. When you guys are at a school and you see that mother that's like threatening the teacher and ready to curse them out, you see their chart, they probably got Mars and Cancer. They protect their kids, their family, their home. They're like, what you doing on my property? They're out there with the rifle and stuff. Like, that's Mars, Cancer. And it makes you laugh when you start to like really talk out, as I teach my astrology students, right? We got class next Sunday. When you talk out and visualize the astrology with their friends and family and neighbors, people in your life, you see it in action. It's the best way to learn it. So that's Cancer, the crab in a nutshell. So we're going to have a great Cancer season. The rest of June, focus and increase your spiritual practice, be in the flow. July and August, it's getting hot in here. We'll talk about that soon. Okay. So any comments or questions, and we'll bring up the chart soon.
Yogini Star's with us.
Hey,
how are you, friend?
What's going on?
We haven't seen you in a minute.
Welcome back.
She says Happy Father's Day.
Thank
Summer
you.
Solstice.
Thank you.
And for them to be on the same day, that's pretty interesting, right?
I'm sure it's happened before. I haven't checked or cataloged it, but I can't remember when this was ever. I just don't, but I'm sure it has happened. I don't think it's happened since I've been an astrologer, though. Not that I can remember, not for the last 8 or 9 years, but that's pretty cool. I think that's fitting. And yeah. That's it? Any other comments?
That's it. We don't have.
All right.
They're quiet.
So you guys let me know where Cancer is in your chart. Okay. And one thing about this, right? It is that day where we're honoring the father on the season of the mother and the home and the family. So I think that there's some symbolism with that, right? There are no accidents. God makes everything sync perfectly. At the same time, Venus is in Leo, Jupiter's about to enter Leo. We got Mercury retrograde coming on the 29th, the Capricorn full moon. Watch those videos. I did those before I bounced out of town. Watch both of those lives. Really went in on the Mercury retrograde and the Capricorn full moon. That's my moon on the 29th. So I'm excited about that. But let me know where's your Cancer at in your chart. But when the sun is in Cancer, that's kind of like you energetically. You could be an Aries, a Taurus, a Pisces, a Virgo. The sun in transit is there. So you want to look at how the Cancer is aspecting your natal sun, but it lights up that chart. The sun's a mild malefic, so it can burn sometimes any of the planets you have in Cancer in transit, but it also lights it up. So we all kind of collectively become Cancers during Cancer season, right? Like last month, we were all Geminis. It was just like boom, 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 talk, communication. Things were just moving. Cancer, things are going to kind of slow down, more internal, more introspective, more home, more family, more barbecues, cookouts, nostalgia, the beach. You should be outside. Get the light codes from the sun. Those frequencies and vibrations are so healing. Don't let people lie to you and tell you the sun is toxic. The sun is, right, in Vedic Jyotish. It's light. It's the light of the earth. Without the sun, we're not going to make it. So the sun in Cancer, it's really that time, right? And remember, what is medical astrology? What does Cancer rule? The chest, breast, and stomach. So a lot of Cancer's intuition comes there. Cancer and Virgo, that sextile is very harmonious. That's a good love match too, Cancers and Virgos. But think about it. Virgo rules the small and large intestine and the pancreas, and Cancer is chest, breast, and stomach. So Cancers, when you get that hit in the tum-tum, trust that. You get a little tinge in your chest, listen to that, because that is giving you information. You guys, my aunt, had a bunch of them, but my Cancer aunt, July 7th, she had this wisdom and inner knowing that was like crazy. And sometimes as a kid, I'd be like, how'd she know that? You know, she knew everything. You didn't have to say nothing. She could just read you, you know? She was just reading energy. And yeah, just magical. So do we have any Cancers here? And does Veronica, do you have, oh, somebody's phone is dying.
We have this new thing, Live 360. It tells us all this. So your Guinea starts that her Saturn is in Cancer at the 8th house.
Oh, so Saturn 8th house. You got to get a chart reading. We could talk about that. But remember, you have a karmic duty to kind of pay off to the ascendant, to yourself. So that Cancer Saturn, there's a lot about your aura, your physical appearance, your outer mask, the house of self that you, right? If Cancer's there, that means, right, Gemini, you're the Sag rising. So, you know, there's something that you've got to honor your inner teacher, your preacher, sharing your wisdom, beliefs, and philosophies, right? Sharing your emotional and spiritual discipline. And so that's really important. But Saturn 8th house, you got to pay your taxes. Don't play around with the IRS and the government. They'll come after you. But you've just had...
You don't want this smoke.
You don't want that smoke. Even though taxes and all that is illegal, if you know, you know. But unless you got the lawyers, you don't want, you just got to deal with that stuff until things change. And things are going to be changing. The alignments in July and August, what we went through the last few weeks in June, this is the best that the year is going to be. So I hope you've been enjoying it. We surely did. We took advantage of the energy and the planetary alignments, and it was beautiful. But I promise you, July to December 31st, it's getting hot in here. You're going to really be needing to book some transit readings with your boy, some Saturn return, some like what the F is going on readings with me. Maybe I create, that's the transit reading, but we should rename it, right? AKA what the F is going on. Like, it's like that type of energy. And it starts off July 4th. And you'll feel it after June 30th, like July 1st, like, because Mars is going to be in Gemini. And that's America's chart. That's why we're always warring, right? Sag rising, Mars, Uranus conjunction, although it's not an exact conjunction in America's birth chart, in the 7th house against the other half. Now, supposedly we got some peace deal together. We'll see if it lasts and works. It, you know, I told you in the astro weather for the week that it would fall apart on Thursday. It did, like I said. And then now they're kind of recalibrating. And today and yesterday, it seems like the deal may be back on for peace in the Middle East and ceasefire. But I told you that this would happen and that I felt like a real deal that would last may not happen to eclipse season August 12th, because the major players, the Ayatollah that they killed from Iran, he was born on eclipse. Benjamin Netanyahu was born on eclipse, and so is Trump. So watch the August 12th, and then I think the August 28th, I believe it's the 28th or 26th, somewhere around there, eclipse. And that one on the 28th is the last one, closing the chapter of the Virgo Pisces axis. On the 12th, because on July 27th, we have the Aquarius North Node and Leo South Node, and that eclipse season starts. Any questions or comments?
Melinda is with us.
Queen B?
Yes, Queen B.
What up, Queen? Hey, Melinda.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, my friend.
And no, that's
Appreciate you.
They are very quiet today.
Well, it is Cancer season. I think the energy has been a lot, but hopefully people are feeling some love and joy. That's all I can feel right now, honestly. I don't even want to hear anything negative. I don't want to hear about war or this or that or the Matrix. I'm on a love vibe. I'm rocking that Venus and Leo in my 10th house, Scorpio rising, salute. But anybody want to share where their Cancer house is and the sun being there for the next 30 days? So I'm going to bring up the chart. You want to do the screen share?
Okay, let's do it.
I want you guys to see the summer solstice. And definitely got to talk about my papa, who was the Leo rising and the Aries sun. Oh, I think I may be able to do it. Okay.
Okay.
Well, you could do it the way you were.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
And but yeah, they can see the whole chizzy. He complete gets busy. Who is he? So like I said, this chart, Gemini rising, you got this Cancer sun and the Virgo moon. So this will tell you how the Cancer season will play out. Okay. And you know, this was New York, right? What did I do? It was New York, big city of dreams. Everything in New York ain't always what it seems. It was like 401. Up. Yeah. What's that? 420. What is that? 425? Sorry, I got the lights in my eyes, so it's hard to see the chart. Yeah, 4:25 a.m. So when you're looking at this energy and it's telling you Cancer season, you know, let's just look at it like that and not looking at the Gemini rising, because that may not be the case for all of y'all. You know, that's definitely New York, East Coast. But you can look at the ascendant and it's kind of, you know, close to Uranus, right? So it definitely has that feel that it would probably be, you know, that situation in most places. But we got Uranus conjunct Ceres and Sedna, and that's still bringing up things out of the water and the oceans. People better watch out at the beach for the sharks and new species. You're going to see some mermaids and stuff. Mercury's getting ready to slow down and go retrograde. But right now, Mercury's conjunct Jupiter. So for Cancer season, the lower analytical mind, the logical mind, and the higher mind are all in Cancer. So everything is about your feelings, your emotions, your emotional intelligence. So remember, this is the chart all the way to Leo season, right? So we're rocking to July 22nd. You know, I think we'll start Leo season this year. So that's really, you know, important to kind of get. And so this will kind of carry you through. And I may even do this for Leo season so we can look at the chart. But the Cancer sun is trining, right, the Pisces North Node. And so this is where, like I said earlier, you saw me talking to my bottle of water. Remember, water is memory. You guys and the earth, right, are like 70 to 75% water. Okay. Now our water, it's not like H2O water. It's more like a gelatin, almost like aloe vera is the water in our body, right? It's not like the water comes out the faucet. But remember, summertime is very important. Get your watermelon, your honeydew melon, cantaloupe. Eat the melons, eat the fruit. That's the H3O, right? Look at the gorilla. Look at the elephant. All the strongest animals, they're all frutivores, really. The carnivores, look at the line, right? The ones that eat the meat, they sleep all day because they're eating death. They're tired, right? And then they attack and eat more meat. But the elephant, the gorilla, orangutan, who else? They only eat fruit, right? They got super strength and energy. This myth that they've brainwashed you guys with the protein. I even tell it to my boys because they're working out and getting all their muscles, right? But you could be a vegan, work out and be crazy diesel. You're not getting all the muscle mass that you think from the protein. So look at the elephant and the gorilla, right? The orangutan. They are crazy strong. They only eat fruit, right? So this is something that is really important for Cancer season. And that trine to the Pisces North Node, spend some time in the water, right? New World Water, not the New World Order, trying to help you guys spiritually avoid the slaughter, protect your son and daughters. This is knowledge is worth more than a quarter. But be in the flow, manifest in the bathtub. And remember with Saturn and Neptune and Aries, it's really dissolving the structure so we can have a new beginning, a new foundation. Okay? And that's what you're going to see coming up in July, especially when Jupiter trines Neptune and opposes Pluto. Ouchie, adios mío, it's intense, baby. You're going to see, I don't know if you guys heard some of these audio tapes that were coming out from some of the celebrities ratting on each other. You're going to start to see more of this stuff.
But you know what? Be careful, guys, because even with those things, a lot of these things are fake.
It's
and
deception,
you have to kind of use your
discernment.
Yes, here.
Definitely. But at the same time, remember, we're in the frequency where the lies can no longer hold up. What's more important, forget the politicians and celebrities, many of them belong in prison, but it's about you. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to your friends and family, right?
What he just said.
I tell my
Believe
wife,
in you.
yep, I do not. I tell my boys this, right? I'd rather them tell me the truth than ever lie. They get more in trouble when they lie to us, right? Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, this and that, or whatever. Like, I love sometimes our son, Jackson, like Alana, be like, why'd you do that? And he'd be like, because I wanted to and I was hungry. You know, like, why'd you take that? Why'd you do that? You know, because I wanted, you know, and I love that. Rather that than like, oh, because, you know, just don't lie, right? So, and I tell them, I don't lie to your mother and I don't lie to you guys, right? Virgo sun, Cap, Moon, Scorpio rising. I hate liars. I hate lying, okay? My second album is titled True Speaker. That's all you need to know. So, but also remember this Neptune in Aries is squaring the Cancer sun. So you're going to feel that for this week. All this week, you'll be feeling that square will be activated. And so with the sun squaring Neptune, that's why you may be quiet in the chat. We're going to feel kind of like, I want to do something. I want to initiate, but I just need to rest. Do you know today? Now, granted, I've been exhausted because we've been traveling. And then yesterday when they didn't get home, I was cleaning up the kitchen and I did like all the dishes and cleaning the counters. I went in the bathroom and I was scrubbing the floor, cleaning, you know, like I had all this energy. I went to the pool and worked out because when they got home yesterday at 4 or 5, I wanted to be a little clean. And I just felt a burst of energy. So I was like, let's rock with it. I want to get some things done.
Thank you.
And then, you know, this morning though, I woke up like 10:45. Like I was tired. You know, we did. I mean, honestly, you guys, I'm proud of myself because she'll tell you, like, we was outside. We walked and so much. And
it was wonderful.
But then even at the Knicks Parade, standing still for hours, it hurts me to stand still for 30 minutes. Like I can walk for a while, but just to stand still because I've had a lot of surgeries. So, but I came home and I felt good. You know, so I told wifey, we got to go for little walks every evening, 6:45, 7 o'clock. Yeah, we're going to do a little Sunday walk tonight.
Ask him, did you walk with your wife today?
Yep. I'm going to, you know, be the one to make that happen. But this energy kind of shows that, right? Be in the flow, dream, right? Bring in more compassion and empathy. But this square will have you tired the first week. And you may be tired all of Cancer season. When you're dealing with a Neptune square sun, just the ways that the square brings opportunity for growth is increase your spiritual discipline in your practice. Before this show, I was out there meditating, doing my breath work, grounding and earthing at the tree because we were on vacation and we didn't really get to do that much. I was so happy to do that and get back in my bag and all that stuff. So really, this chart is speaking to you about the way that you can bring back your vitality is to be creative, use your imagination, and Aries, Neptune, initiate and take charge. Be the leader of your, you know, when I said be the present leader of your own life, well, be the leader of your soul, like initiate the spiritual practice. Cancer sun squaring Neptune and Pisces. The irritation is if you don't take time to rest, if you don't meditate, you're going to feel lethargic and tired and maybe confused, dazed and confused. Great movie. Feel a little dazed and confused. And you may even get some migraine headaches. So use this chart to definitely help you. Okay. That's going to be important. And the Mercury-Jupiter conjunction really like feel into your thoughts, your knowledge, your words. Cancer, because you feel so deeply, therefore you know. So trust what you feel because that's giving you knowledge for your wisdom, beliefs, and philosophies. Knowledge is love, right? Mercury in Cancer, it communicates, because remember, Mercury is neither masculine or feminine. In Cancer, it's feminine, receiving, not female, receiving, intuitive, introspection. So this is actually deep, this chart, for Cancer season, for the solstice. That's mainly the major things I want to show you guys. Let me see. Where is our friend Black Moon Lilith with these lights in my eyes? It's hard to see.
Let me see.
I'm looking for Lilith and Sagittarius.
Lilith is here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's the glyph. Where's the true Black Moon Lilith? Is that in Capricorn or is it in Sag too?
The true Black Moon Lilith is at the Li.
Yeah, there it is. It's in Sag. So, and that's at, what is that, 8 degrees?
Yes.
So that is in Sag, kind of opposing the Uranus. So there could be some sudden things that happen in communications that you can have people reject you around your beliefs and conversations and debate over the summer. You haven't seen your cousins, your aunt in a while, and this and that. And they're like, yeah, sure do love how Trump's handling business. And you're like, what? Can't stand him. So the conversation, so just be mindful of that. Even when you're going to the barbecues, the beach parties, the cookouts, you may not, you may suddenly be like, oh, I thought we could share a milkshake and some fries. And now I think you're Satan. But don't judge people, right? Just be like, because that's the thing that I think that the Knicks showed in the parade and the love, like, it doesn't matter your religious beliefs, your ethnicity, your culture, your politics. You can find common ground to love and respect one another. You don't have to agree on everything. Just because you disagree with somebody doesn't mean you have to have vitriol and hate for them. That's childish. We got to get past that vibration and frequency, because that's what the powers that be want for us. They want us divided and fighting and arguing. And we just need to stay in love. And remember, Jupiter Leo, June 30th, is for a year. It's leading us into the human design prophecy of vibrating from our heart chakra as a collective and leaving the solar plexus, right? Remember, the nodes too, 18 months, and that'll be the next coffee talk. Like I said, wifey and I were talking about maybe doing a series of the coffee talks based on the Aquarius North Node and Leo South Node through the 18th month cycle, like with little check-ins or something. So I'm going to try to figure that out. But the first one will definitely be probably Saturday, July 11th, where I'm going to break down the chart of the Aquarius North Node and Leo South Node. Okay, because Leo Aquarius, as I said the other night, could be a little controversial, but I think, Auntie D, if she's still here, and even Queen B, right, would agree that they are the most authentic, right? In terms of like Leo is from their heart, Aquarius is about the collective, but authenticity. They don't care that you think they're weird, bizarre, or the rebel, the black sheep. They're going to wear their weird flag. And think about God, the complexity of God. Why would God, and that's why everybody has their own birth chart. Why would, Danny be made to copy Eric or Michael or Steven, or Alana to copy Jennifer or Tiffany? You know what I mean? We're one of one. We see that even with our twins, 7 minutes apart. They're totally two different human beings. Their charts very similar. There's a little difference, but you got the numerology, you got the cardology, you know what I mean? All these different things. So, but I want you guys to realize that highest frequency is authenticity, then love, then gratitude and joy. So that's really Aquarius Leo. So just think about that. So we're going to kind of talk about that and really get into these nodes. So I can't wait for that coffee talk, and I'll be promoting that soon. And hopefully you guys join the tribe, because the community is amazing. But the next few meetings on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern with Portia Cooper, it's going to be outstanding. And then July 10th, I've got Joseph Octaviani coming from Life to Plant Way, an incredible herbalist, and he's going to teach us, talking about teas and tinctures for your health and your healing. And I've used his products. And if you're in the tribe, you get a discount from him, 15% off. So tribe members, go to lifetheplantway.com. Okay, it's in the on the site, right, on the Knowledge is Love guest page with discounts where you can see. So The other thing about this chart that I was looking at earlier, I can't remember. Nothing really in Scorpio, just Humia, but we really have got to think of this Virgo moon. We've got to be a service to ourselves, but also as we analyze and assess, we must retire from the negative self-talk. Okay. And so that's really crucial. And that Virgo moon is sort of sextiling to Jupiter and Cancer. And that's really nice. Okay. But remember, Virgo moon, I don't know if you know this, it's the most intuitive moon. But it feels it in the tum-tum, right? And the small and large intestine. Virgo's, the sun sign's very intuitive too. She'll tell you, I'm like, I feel stuff, I sense stuff, I just know it. Some of that's Scorpio rising, especially Venus, Jupiter, Neptune, but a lot of it is my Virgo sun, okay, and Lilith. But you guys take advantage of this Cancer season with this Virgo moon and think of how could you be of service to your fellow man? How could you be of service to your mother? How can you be of service to yourself, your emotional mind? Number one, stop being so self-critical. All of us should take a time out from talking bad about ourselves, right? I cut the kids off, everybody. I'm like, yo, no negative self-talk. You guys know on my page, my greatest hope for you is to retire from negative self-talk. Sound like a broken record, but it's important. These are mantras that we got to live by. And the Virgo moon is the best nurse. But it's what? Virgo, the weed and the medicine, being of service to humanity. So this is a great opportunity to get the fruit, get the herbs. Wifey talked about it, right? The soursop. This chart supports that. So we're going to get back to the chat. Any questions on Cancer season, the summer solstice? What house is your Cancer in? And so real quick though, with my dad, the Leo rising, Scorpio moon, Aries sun. I was really feeling his energy and presence, being back home, and it was just both my parents, it's the first time returning home since my mother had passed. So it was very emotional for me, you know what I mean? And, but I just felt this overwhelming love and gratitude. And I felt like my parents were orchestrating the Knicks win, you know what I mean, to bring me back home at this time. Like it was just, my dad used to have season tickets to the Knicks in the Old Garden before they moved to 33rd Street. So like when I say I was born a Knicks fan, I literally was born a Knicks fan and grew up in the Garden. And, talk to the players, talk to the visiting players, Magic Johnson, Dr. J, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, all of them, and this meant a lot to me, there's a few things, in life besides my family. I love my sports. I love my astrology. And, and I love my hip hop. Sometimes Eric is very complex, but sometimes I'm real simple. It's just like boom, boom, boom. Blue and cream, Wu-Tang's for the children. So, that was really great. It made me think, oh my gosh, that Scorpio moon in the fourth house, that's why after high school, he left home and moved New York to Tampa, there was, just a lot going on, for Leo rising, sometimes that fourth house of Scorpio, you can feel the emotional intensity, right? One of 6 kids, 2 sisters, one of 4 boys. They had like a 1-bedroom, like it was a tiny house in Tampa, Florida, right? For like 8 people, my grandparents and, 6 kids. So, that Scorpio moon, he was like, I'm gonna make my own money and I got to go. And, but my dad was very psychic and empathic because he had that Mars in Pisces. So I just love honoring my dad anytime I get to talk about him. He was a brilliant businessman, brilliant with numbers. He had that Aries the Ram back there, so he knew about astrology and numerology. He was way ahead of his time, okay? So let's get back. You want to click the share and go back to the thing so we can bring back up the channel and all that good stuff. Did you go back to the?
Yes.
Okay. So y'all can see us again and you can read the chizzy. Any questions or comments before we say goodnight? And you guys definitely reach out. get the Saturn return chart reading, birth chart, Cancers, solar return. I mean, anybody, anytime. You could have just passed as a Gemini and get a solar return. And I'll announce a sale probably coming up soon. I'm not sure when, but we'll probably be doing a birth chart sale soon. But definitely, even just a transit reading, if you want to understand how July and this energy is going to be for you, reach out, BigEAstrology.com. Okay.
And so we have Queen D.
Oh, she's back. Hey, Queen
Long
D.
Island.
Eli in the house. We was just out there.
Yes.
Salute.
So, and I'm originally from Long Island. So let's see. We have Phoenix has wished you a happy Father's Day to everybody.
Thank you.
24/7, 365, 366 in leap year, even when they get grown. Same for mothers. Calendar, Summer Solstice Sunday. So thank you, and that's so true. And we want to live in this space all the time, and just being thankful for the people in our lives. Teresa said 21st of June 2013 was my mommy's funeral at the summer solstice. Now 13 years later, it came around again.
Wow.
There is magic in the air. Absolutely.
Yes, and salute
There's
to your
magic
mom.
in the air, and
There
connect to it.
Yes.
Connect to it. Remember, we have this talk about the plasma and everything. This plasma is in all, around all. We're seeing it more and more, especially as you start to dip into some of the quantum thinking and whatnot. Phoenix says, mine is Cancer and Mars and the 4th house. And Sandra P said, yay, Nix, happy for you. I was happy for him too.
Yeah, sure.
But at the same time, also know when it's maybe too much. Like I as I told you guys, I decided that was too much for me. So I retreated to nature while they were doing that.
I didn't expect her to go to the parade though. She's not a sporty.
I'm not a sporty.
And it was way too much energy. I will tell you, being the sports dude, but being now the spiritual astrologer dude, energetically, I was peeping and feeling so much. So in my own mind, I was kind of like going within, and I was like toning inside. I was like, and I'm just watching. And then I got to be Papa Bear because I'm watching the boys, me, my oldest son, and my cousin. We're watching to make sure the Taylor twins are good. But they stepped away from the crowd themselves because there was a lot of energy from them. So it was really interesting to just peep that. But it was a beautiful experience though.
So Queen D, she said her birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday. Yay.
So wait, I got a question for you.
She has a question for you.
Okay. Are you 29 degrees Gemini?
She said, I've known it to be the last day yesterday. She said, I've known it to be the last day of Gemini season. Yeah. A tarot card reader today, the 21st is the last day of Gemini. Is this true?
No. Well, it was to 4:24 a.m. Eastern. The sun, that's why I showed you that chart. 4:25 a.m. Eastern, the sun went into Cancer. So this is why you got to talk about like the day you were born. People can't always assume. Like January 21st, depending on the year, you could be an Aquarius or a Capricorn. So that's why you always want to look at the chart. It's not just a general of the date.
Because it's always flowing, and the stars and planets and all that, they don't align necessarily with our time, 24 hours a day kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not always at midnight. It could be whenever. So
they flow on slightly different.
So 4:24 a.m., the sun was still in Gemini on the East Coast. That's to give you an example. So that chart was for 4:25 a.m., the Cancer sun, New York. Okay. So, I mean, the tarot card reader was kind of right, but kind of not. You can't generalize it like that. You got to actually look at transits and look at the chart and even your birth time and birth chart when you were born. That's why it's so detailed, astrology. What's
very interesting is that these little details do make a difference. We have the twins. They're literally 7 minutes apart. And they have it's not huge, but the way that it plays out in their life is actually very different.
Yeah. The numerology affects their personalities more than their birth chart. The birth chart, they have literally like 1 degree difference in one placement, and that's it. The rest of their chart's the exact same. But their minutes are different, but not the degree in certain places. But 7 minutes really only shifts 1 degree. depending on the sun or the rising, the degree will only switch every 6 minutes, but that's like on the ascendant.
6 minutes, Dougie Fresh.
That's your on.
Um,
So, but thank you for coming. Anybody else? Did Veronica ever share her big three? Is she still here?
All righty, get on. You want to share that big three? Let us know. If you have any questions, let us know.
And just know, like I showed you guys, right? It was in the chart. This, Virgo moon, Cancer sun scoring Neptune and trining the Pisces North Node. This Cancer season, even as it gets a little hot in here and hectic for July, all the way to the 21st, 22nd, we've got to be on our spiritual practice. It's going to protect you and guide you. Things are going to get a little loco poco crazy. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. But this is the shift, an energetic shift for our ascension. There's going to be another great divide of separation of the 3D, 5D. You may have a new level of people that get purged and taken out of your life. And I don't mean by dying. I mean energetically, you are not aligned. There's a disagreement, a discussion, an argument that separates you. I want you guys to be prepared for this. You may lose a family friend, a long time, this, that energetically you're just no longer aligned in agreement. And that's okay. I'm not saying it's easy. It sucks. I went through this years ago during the pandemic, 2020, 2021, but it's going to happen. And this energy is going to do that. What you've got to focus on, remember I told you, right? And watch my Capricorn full moon video. It's out there.
So Queen D said, thanks for answering the question.
Oh, welcome, of course.
But that has to be weird for people born on the 21st.
Well, yes, it is. But that's why you got to know your birth time and look at your chart, right? That's the importance of it. So, you don't want to just generalize because a workbook says or anything says this date makes you this. It may not because of the time you were born. So it's just the way, and that's why astrology is the perfect system because of those complexities and those details. It really encompasses everything. You know what I'm saying? But
also, let's face it, that is what separates astrologers to a certain degree. Like, there's a lot of people claim to be astrologers. Not everybody knows astrology in the same way.
Oh, definitely.
Cherie
right.
10 is here.
Hey Cherie.
How are you, friend? And she says, happy Father's Day.
Thank you. I appreciate that, you guys. She'll tell you, I got, one, I was just overwhelmed with love and joy when my oldest son, my stepson, when he first moved to New York after we got married, he comes to me and he goes, I wanted to know, do you think it would be okay if I called you Dad? And I said, buddy, I would love that. Whenever you think you're ready, you can call me Dad whenever and as much as you want. I would love that. And I'd be honored to be your father. And then he started to do that. And then when he graduated high school, he was about 18 or 19. He went down on his own in Texas. He wasn't living with us anymore. And he changed his last name to Taylor. So now his name is Elijah Taylor. I can't even tell you how much that means to me. So I don't even think of him as nothing but he's my son. I raised him since he was like 8.5, So I have 4 sons. But when she was pregnant with William and they said to us, do you want to know the sex? And we were like, yes. And then for some reason, like we were so clear. Yeah. But then again, she says, so you do want to know the sex? And Lotta got real loud. She was like, yes, we do. And she goes, well, I have to tell you, you're having a boy. And the tears and the emotion just overflew. And I was just in such gratitude to her, to God, to just everything, the universe. I was just so overwhelmed because I already had his name. And as soon as I met her and I told her, she was...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But that is what claiming and manifestation does, because he had claimed that name before he ever knew me. There was no woman to give him a son named William when he chose that name.
Yeah.
And there was no guarantee that even if he found that woman, that she was going to say like, yeah, I love that name, William. Let's go with it. You know, I love that name. He could have been with somebody else, but that's what manifestation, and that's what happens when you're in alignment with what the frequencies are supposed to be in your life. Things just flow and come together, you know. And
that's a great point.
We had a really for us, like the name William was very big in my family. My maiden name was Williams. My father's name, he was an Allen Williams, but they called him Billy, which is a short form nickname, of William.
Yeah.
And
your uncle,
my uncle was a William. My grandfather was a William. So it was just all these different things that came together.
My dad was William.
Let me see here now. We've had Empress 444 Tarot Destiny is with us.
She's new. Empress, welcome to the
Yay,
channel.
Please.
Now, you new people, please smash the like button, but hit subscribe.
Oh, and she's on it.
Welcome,
okay.
Empress. Did she say her big
yes,
three?
Yes, she did.
Go ahead, girl. Come on.
Okay. So she said, I love you guys.
Oh,
we love you too. Thank you. Thank you. And that's the thing.
I appreciate that.
Love. You know, like I was in meditation today and I was connecting back with former versions of myself where I had embraced loving people at their core. Yeah. You know, and every morning when I get into meditation, I want to connect to that aspect. And I learned different things through my Akashic records reading. And if you go back through his, did we already put, Ann Andrews was on. Do check out that because she's a very amazing Akashic records reader. She is more on the angelic / earthly field. That's where she tends to focus. A lot of Akashic people tend to focus on the galactic. Different approaches to the same thing. But anyways, check her out. But so I've learned how to do certain things. But then let me see. She says she is a Libra sun, a Virgo moon, and Virgo rising.
Virgo moon and rising, Libra sun in the second house. So let's start with the 12th house, Leo, subconscious mind. You probably sing in the shower. You're crazy, entertaining, and creative at home. You're a regal queen in the house and subconsciously in your dreams and in the bedroom. The Virgo moon in the ascendant, your emotions, they're written all over your face. Sometimes your mom, come see, come saw, she could have been very self-critical. The South Node is there to July 26th, 27th in the morning. You got to purge, release, and detox. Forgive mom, but forgive yourself. Stop being overly self-critical. You can be very tough on yourself. Virgo risings, everything don't have to be perfect. Perfection is for God, source, creator energy. But you are like a walking computer. You can be great in accounting, analytics, nursing, naturopath, healthcare, financial advisor, planner. Virgos are the best personal assistant anybody could ever have. Now that's your moon now. That's your true inner self. And the rising, that's where you got to kind of walk into. When you walk into a room, people think you're a Virgo. They're not feeling the Libra energy. Now your speech in the Libra sun in second house, number one, is debilitating. It's in its fall. But sometimes you got to watch it being passive aggressive. But Libra suns are the wealthiest sun sign. And, you're going to enjoy Jupiter in Leo. And then the next 2 years after that, 27, 28, 29, you're going to be litty. Jupiter on the ascendant in Virgo, where it is debilitated. But then Jupiter in Libra in the second house, you're going to get the bag. So you should definitely reach out to me for a chart reading. I can definitely help you with the dream book and the subconscious reprogramming, the subconscious mind. With Jupiter Leo starting June 30th for a year in your 12th house, definitely get the chart reading. Eric at BigEAstro.com or go on the website, BigEAstro.com. But thank you for coming to the channel. Please subscribe. And all you guys, now make sure you guys do me a favor. I asked this and not all of you do it. I appreciate it. But when you come to the live, as soon as we get off, please come back and leave a comment in the comment section. Not in the chat, but literally once the show's over, because it helps it grow in the algorithm so more people could learn about the channel and this episode and all that. I greatly appreciate it. Any video you watch. Now, obviously, I love super chats. You can donate to Cash App. You know what I'm saying? I got to, get back to school clothes in August for these kiddos, and they're growing. It's Cash App $BigEAstro. But I really just appreciate nothing else. You can hit the like button. You can subscribe, and you could share it to your Facebook, to your Twitter X, or share it and tweet it, or share it to a friend, because you never know. Something that I said about Cancer season, something that I said about being in a flow with the Cancer sun trining the Pisces North Node or squaring the Neptune, and people feeling lethargic and tired may resonate with somebody in a way that they've never heard before. And then they're like, what is this guy talking about? What is astrology? We have to be willing. The way you grow is you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. If we're just Netflix and chilling it all the time, and we're just in our own little pockets, and we don't kind of go against the norms or society and share information and knowledge and annoy people. I know people get annoyed with me when I may text them a video, whatever, but one day they're gonna be like, what the heck is Eric sending to me again? And they're gonna click on it, and it's gonna hit them in a way that they're gonna be like, oh my God, something's gonna activate their third eye. Something's gonna activate their heart chakra. You have to think that way. You can't think about, oh, somebody said I'm spamming them, or somebody this. I don't give a F what anybody thinks or says about what I do. I know that I'm trying to help people. I help people every day. Whether you know it or not, the astrology is still happening in your life. You just may be sleepwalking and not aware of it, but it is happening. When the regular people out there know nothing about this, and they just know, oh, I'm a Gemini, I'm a Taurus, I'm a Sag. Right? Sun sign astrology is pop astrology. That is like 1% of who you are. Your sun sign.
It's really so extremely deep. So this question came in, or not, or comment, I should say, more so than anything. Let's see what we got here. Sandra asked, and Eric, how did you become so knowledgeable? It amazes her how much you know and remember. It's
thank you, Sandra. Yeah, go ahead.
Just really quickly, can I just say, it really is a gift. Like, he walks in his purpose here on this plane. This is what he came here to do. And when he was first learning astrology, my husband got valley fever, and it was a whole long saga. I won't go into it, but it was life-changing for him. This was before the coma and all that other stuff.
2013.
And so I was like, you know what? Let's get you into something. He decided to start studying astrology. And it was crazy because I was taking him every week to the astrology store, which was a good 45 minutes or more away. And I would drive down, and I had the kids at the time, and I would leave him there, and we would walk around and whatever. And
yeah, it was a couple of times. It wasn't every week, but it was great.
Yeah, but it was multiple times. So long story short, he started in the class, and he told me, babe, there's so much I got to know, blah, blah, blah. By the time the class was done, he was able to share with people different insights that he was having and different things that he was learning. And even the people in his class, who they were all more seasoned than he was the newest person in there, were like looking at him like, what? And this is because he was coming back to what he was created for. So that's part of it. If you have something you want to add.
Well, yeah. And just so you know, because the way she explained it sounded like the class was at the astrology store. I was taking a class online with Heather Elin. And she resonated with me because she's a Virgo and a Scorpio rising.
But we went down there multiple times.
Yeah, but those weren't class. Those were just like workshops, like what I'm going to do in November. I'll be presenting at the San Diego Astrologers Association. And I went there for a couple of presentations from, what's the brother's name? He breaks down Neptune, Fernandez. And I think it's Luis Fernandez. He's a good astrologer. He's written some books. But I would go there for that. But I was taking my class online with Heather Elin. I was so sick that I really couldn't work outside the house. And I was doing sports radio. We were doing really well, but we weren't able, they offered me a job in Arkansas, CBS Sports.
Yes, Arkansas.
And I was like, we're not going, me and my buddy.
I'm moving a lot of places. And I'm sorry for anybody who's from Arkansas.
Yeah,
but
no hate. But
that wasn't what I was trying to do at that time.
Yeah. And we told them we would consider if they had something in New York, LA, or Arizona, but CBS Sports was rocking with us. I mean, me and my boy, like we're no joke. We know our sports, but we just, whatever.
He has a mind for remembering numbers and just these different things. It's kind of really wild. Let's see. Queen D said, thank you. That was great when you answered her question. And then Phoenix says, is any son named after you, Big E?
That's real deep.
It's a roundabout question.
Well,
we got an answer.
Well, no, except for one of our sons in heaven. So but yeah, I mean the William, my middle name is William. You know what I mean? And then the other boys, their one's is named, their middle name's named after my father's nickname, and then another one is named after her father's name, the middle name. But Mateus chose his name. We told you this before, from the womb. He kicked like 3 different times, and he chose the name Mateus from the belly. It was powerful. But I don't believe in juniors, but we had lost the baby after William, and his name was EJ, Eric Joshua. So, that was that, but no, I kind of really wanted them to have their own name. I think it's cute. Some guys like to do that, but I just wanted them to be in their own lane. They are not me. They are part of me and similar to me, but their own spirits and own souls. So yeah, that's kind of the answer,
Yeah. So let's see. We have, and Sheree said that's beautiful. Teresa said, Queen D, happy born day. Thank you. And I love when you guys talk back to each other. It makes me so happy, because that's our whole purpose. We want to make community.
And I hope you had a beautiful birthday.
And
there's a Virgo moon on your birthday. So
Queen D, thank you. And we have, I'm sorry, Theodore Conyer. Ooh. Sorry, Theodore. I had to break that down. Theodore Conyer.
Conyer, that's a new name.
Welcome.
Yes. Thank you for coming to the channel.
Is there a way to get the rising sign without the time?
Aha, you've come to the right place, my friend. So can I call you Teddy? So Teddy C, right? You need to email me, eric@BigEAstrology.com. I will give you my phone number. It's $20 extra to rectify the chart. I have to ask you questions over the phone, and we will figure out together your birth time. I love doing this. I do this probably like once a month for people. It is, as a spiritual detective, it's one of my favorite things to do. And remember, each house is 2 hours, 12 houses, 24 hours in a day. So we got to get you within that 2-hour window to get the right rising sign. So I have to ask you specific questions about your life and your family, work, all that stuff, and we'll figure it out. And then we can book the chart reading. So the chart reading is $150 for the audio, where I record the MP3, break down the chart. You get videos of all your planetary placements. Or the extra magic, is $250, 90 minutes live via Zoom. Okay, and then you would add the extra $20. And you get the recording, videos of your planetary placements, a write-up of your sun, moon, and north node. You get breakdown of healing your childhood wounds, reprogramming the subconscious mind, and creating a dream book. So it's up to you. I definitely recommend, if you can afford it, meeting with me 90 minutes via Zoom. You get the recording forever. And that's where, the power is of the transformation. I don't just read your birth chart. The birth chart is the map of your life and the movements of your soul, but I go in a way that, quite honestly, I never knock any other astrologers, and there is no competition. I'm in competition with myself, but I give a lot to my clients. And people in the chat will tell you, like, when I give you a chart reading, you become a well-oiled machine, because I want you to use these planetary energies. This is what you selected. I'm sort of the spiritual tour guide, helping you to remember what you selected on the big screen up in heaven with God before you came down here. Okay, so yeah, hit me up, Eric, ERIC, @BigEAstrology.com, and we can get the birth time, get it going, and then you can get your chart reading, my friend. So I got you, Theodore. And I love the Theodore from the what was their name? Theodore, the little on the cartoon.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Alvin and the Chipmunks. Theodore. I love Theodore. Theodore was dope. So yeah. See how quick my brain, I just boom, Theodore, boom, And I
you
have
were
to
reminding me of the guy from Love on the Spectrum.
Love on the Spectrum. Oh, you guys got to watch Love on the Spectrum.
Oh, we love that show. It's one of our favorite shows.
Yes, my lady.
Yes, so great.
So cute.
So great. Love on the Spectrum. Check it out. It's just one of the happiest shows.
Right?
Netflix, yeah. We love it. Let's see.
But Theodore, I'd be honored to do your chart, my brother. So please reach out.
We might have other questions and things here. Let's see. We're trying to get to all of you. So Ethan Walker.
What's up, Ethan?
I think you're new.
He's been subscribed to the channel, but I don't know if we've made a live before.
If you want to. Oh, our Pisces rising is going to be okay.
Yes, sir. Of course they're going to be okay. So right now the North Node is there. You're going to have a lot going on in your home and your emotional mind for the next 7 years with Uranus. You may move, Ethan. You may suddenly get tapped into your mother's lineage and ancestors. You need to really spiritually connect at home. Pisces risings, you're always okay, but you are kind of shape-shifting aliens. This planet is not conducive to your energy. You are, I don't want to say above it, you're just, you see everything through rose-colored glasses. You're shapeshifters, right? Pisces risings, Demi Moore, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, my mom. That you walk around with this pixie dust, like you're really magical. The key is to trust that 7th house descendant Virgo, right? Analyze and assess the contracts, negotiations, even buying a cell phone, car insurance, life insurance. Really tap into that Virgo 7th house. And same thing with relationships. You got to know who they are. Don't let the Pisces ascendant be like, oh, she's my ideal girlfriend and this and that. Like, you got to tap into that Virgo and be like, yeah, but she smokes cigarettes and she does this and she likes to go out drinking on Saturday nights. You got to just pay attention, because what happens with Pisces risings or anybody that has Neptune on the ascendant, you may sometimes be unrealistic and idealistic about love with the other half and relationships. And sometimes you can put people on pedestals that they can never achieve, and this is both genders, men and women, and so you may see the person on their highest vibration and frequency, but that doesn't mean that they ever want to get there. So you got to just protect your neck and guard your own energy. And also you got to remember, when you go out and about, you're like a sponge, an energy sponge. So when you come back home from work or running your errands, if you're not going back out, wash your hands and your face and put on your house clothes. Because you want to, I don't know where your sun and moon are, but you don't want to bring in other people's stuff into your crib, to your home. All water ascendants and all Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon risings, you got to really understand you are an energetic sponge when you're out and about. Okay? So protect your energy. It's important.
And so Ethan, the same facts. Empress said, you are 100% correct. I am doing a summer solstice detox. I appreciate you. We appreciate you too.
That's perfect. Yeah.
And Phoenix said, one can check the local library, ask where you can access the old newspapers on the computer, look up birth section. I was born on Tuesday, but posted on a Saturday in the birth section of the newspaper.
Okay, but what's the purpose of that though?
I'm not quite following. So if you want to explain that a little bit more.
It's not going to have your birth time, but yeah, what you mean, they posted the babies in the newspaper? I guess.
And
I don't know
then
if they still
Sandra said, I love what you said, that he came back to what he was supposed to be doing. Yes.
Yeah.
Makes us all realize that we are here for a specific reason to get it done. And that's the thing. And when we get in line with it, and it's all right there, we will find things flowing. Like when we were in New York, things were just flowing. Like, it was so funny. We were walking up a street and I had the 3 boys and we had just left where we're at. We're all pulling our suitcases on their wheels.
Getting ready to get on the train.
And we're getting ready to go to the train. And mind you, we're in New York City. All of a sudden, this car says, honk, 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 honking. And I'm like, what the heck? It's our friend. He is coming right off the George Washington Bridge. We're going up that street. And had we left the house even 2 minutes before,
we wouldn't have seen him. We
would not have seen him. 3 minutes, whatever it was, right?
And then he gave you a ride, right?
And he gave us a ride from 179th down to 95th. And then he continued taking us all the way down to 32nd. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? And on the opposite, on the east side, I mean, like all of these things line up. And he was like, I said, I can't believe we found you, blah, blah, blah. But that's being in flow. Everything flows when you get yourself straight. And I do encourage everybody, if you are not currently doing a daily meditation practice, please get into it.
It's important.
Even if you start with 5 minutes, 5 minutes of silence,
every day,
5 minutes of I'm going to be still and just listen to what's being brought to me. Do it. Queen D said it was peaceful. Thank you. Ethan Walker said, I'm booking mine July 4th with my last check. Thank you. We are so thankful. I promise you, you will be happy with that investment. Theodore said, thank you, brother. I will do that. This is for my wife, who is a Libra. I have my time and I am a Gemini. I will be contacting you.
Definitely. I would love to help your wife out, my brother.
Ethan said, yes. And Ethan said, thank you, Big E 100. And then, Ethan Walker said, Cap Sun, Sag Moon. And you're the one who we need to figure out the
No. That was the other Teddy's wife. So he's the Pisces rising.
Oh, okay.
So the Cap Sun in the 11th house and the Sag Moon in the 10th. So what happens is, one, you're humanitarian, but Dad may have been more of a friend than traditional father. The moon and Sag in the 10th house. Mom may have been big on your education, but she may have been more the disciplinarian or played the father role in your life. So you'd have to let me know about that. But, you definitely can connect with powerful groups and organizations, nonprofits, and people over the internet. That Capricorn, like, there's a connection with you with either politics or business and long-term investments. The Sag Moon in the 10th house, you just don't want to be overly preachy and teachy at the workplace, in your work environment. The Sag Moon is definitely like, do the right thing. It's the right thing to do. But in the 10th house, you outside, you love to connect with people from different cultures, ethnicities. You could have friends from Japan to Spain to Brooklyn to Denmark to Atlanta. You're like the international friend. And same thing with that at work. And that Sag Moon, you definitely, you got the Scorpio in the 9th house. You can have you may have, depending if you're a millennial or whenever, you definitely could transform the beliefs and philosophies that you were taught by your parents. Because Sagittarius Sun Moon risings, they can tend to be in Sag placements. It's the most dogmatic sign. So whatever was programmed into you as a child, it's hard for you to kind of dissolve it unless you're in the generation, and there's a lot of millennials, Neptune, Uranus, and Sag. That dissolves over time. By the time you're 30, dissolves the dogmatic organized religion. And I'm not somebody to hate on religion, whether you're Muslim, Jewish, Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, I got love for everybody, but you may just now be more spiritual, so. But yeah, definitely book the chart reading. You'll love it. And that's the thing, you guys, I love, it's not like getting you fish. I want to teach you how to fish for yourself, right? Because when you really understand and learn these planets, you know how to rock with your Venus, your attraction, your aesthetic, your love language. Maybe it's the wife, your devotion, right? The Jupiter, your abundance, your wisdom, beliefs, philosophies. Mercury, your analytical, logical mind. Mars, your action, your willpower, right? If the sun wants the big piece of chicken, Mars will be like, boom, 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 I'm gonna go get it for you, boss. You know what I'm saying? Your Saturn, your discipline. We live in a Saturnian moon matrix bubble. Saturn matures around between 28 and 29. The moon's a 28-day cycle. Saturn moon matrix, capiche? So, I'm telling you, my chart ratings, and I'm humble, confident, and cocky. But even after 2021, when I almost died in 40 days in coma, like, I'm the type of person, honestly, I don't care who it is on the planet. I don't care how rich, famous, wealthy they are. I will give them a chart reading that will blow their mind and have them on a whole nother level. I don't care who they are. Because I'm also, I don't get caught up in like, oh my God, somebody's famous. Listen, I've been famous since I was 6. So I'm not impressed by it. You know what I mean? And I'm a New Yorker. So like, I got love for everybody, but we're all humans. But I know how nice I am with mine. Like, I will give you the best chart reading you could ever fathom in your life. But that's also my heart. I want you to learn this ancient wisdom and knowledge.
So let's see now. I'm sorry. We have fourth quarter mentality.
Oh, they've been back. They've been here. What's up, fourth quarter mentality?
Nice to see you.
You know, and that's Jalen Brunson. You need to add at the end of that fourth quarter mentality, JB. Jalen Brunson style. Oh man, Jalen Brunson had that fourth quarter mentality. How you feeling? What they say? Anything?
And
did they say anything?
What did he say? He just said, "Thank you for what you do." Thank you.
Thank
you
you
for noticing, and thank you
But
for
thank
all
you.
of you for noticing what he does, because he loves what he does and he's genuine what he does. And
But thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You know,
And then
make sure you guys hit the like button and just do me that solid. When we get off in a minute or two, just please leave a comment.
Phoenix said, the birth time will be posted with one birth notice along with your parent's name. If you are a boy or a girl, the birth date and time of birth.
In the newspaper? I never heard of that.
Yeah, well, that's really cool. Maybe it's a small, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it might be a smaller community.
Yeah, I don't think they do that everywhere, Phoenix.
Yeah, and maybe they don't do it anymore. Maybe
that was back in the day.
Phoenix is like our maybe a little bit older than us, so maybe they did
that
back then. Or
because our kids weren't posted in no paper.
No. I think you remember back in the day, they used to have like all your wedding and all your death and your birth and all those different announcements. A lot of those people, they actually contacted the newspaper to do that, and it was much more of a thing that they did.
Yeah,
and I think they might have even done it for free. I'm not sure. So Empress 444 Tarot Dynasty said, "Do you do astrocartography?"
You know, we may get there. I don't, just because of my visual impairment, but I may set up something where she kind of like helps me with it, and I could do it for you guys. If you go to astro.com, you can maybe play with it and figure it out yourself. I find it to be a little cumbersome and challenging. I can tell you in the chart, based on the planetary alignments, when and where, you may move, but not like the lines of like your Venus line is in Atlanta, your Jupiter is in Nebraska, your Saturn's in Detroit. But just to let you know, you need somebody that's really good at it, because it's not just about the line. You want to know what house that is in your chart. See, that's where people don't, that's a whole next level, because if you're looking for creativity, right, my fifth house is in Pisces. So it's not just based on the planets, right? You need to also know what house or where it's going through your chart for the lines. It's very intricate. I mean, I know somebody that does it. So if you email me, I can recommend somebody for you. It may be something coming up for me to do in the future. Okay. But, like I say, I always keep you guys in the know and the truth. I have someone I can recommend to you, but honestly, right now, I don't do it. It's not easy. I mean, it is easy, but it's also not easy, if that makes sense. Okay.
Let me see. Sorry. Queen D, Big E.
Your crystals, yes.
You make it so interesting to know your birth chart. Can't afford that right now, but hopefully soon. Just started back to work in May.
Okay.
Totally get it. Now listen, what you can do, Queen D, is I want you to go through his YouTube. I mean, he's got a ton. I have
your whole chart
of videos and different things. So if you go to a site, pull up.
But I will say this: you can also just, if you can afford $60, you can do a transit reading with me, and I can look at your chart and just tell you how the next month will play out for you. So if you want to know about July, I'll look at the planetary alignments and the stuff like that, and that may be affordable for you at this time. You let me know. It's up to you, but definitely, if not, it's worth saving, because it's like, how can I explain it? It's like getting food for your soul. You know what I mean? Because once you get who you are on that like energetic, spiritual, vibrational energy, like she'll tell you, nothing surprises me. Like I see things, like everything coming or whatever. That's how I even knew that this trip was going to be love, right? Because I knew the moon was in Cancer and Leo, Venus was in Leo. Like it just, everything aligned. You know what I mean? And the planetary alignments really showed how dope the trip was, and it was, even for them, that Leo moon, that happened when she got picked up. That was in her 4th house of home. You know what I mean? And in the 3rd house, Cancer, local community, right? Mercury and Jupiter are there. So she was blessed in the local community, and she's got this Cancer South node. Someone from our past, Mercury, a friend, was in the neighborhood and picked her up with, Mercury is also her children to take her. And it was a Jupiter, abundant blessing.
Yeah, no, it was
Like,
wonderful.
yeah, see how, like,
fourth quarterman, thank you. He sent us a super chat.
Thank
Wish you a happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, my brother.
what do you put more emphasis on, rising sun or moon? Good question.
Okay, so all three, but in terms of looking at the chart and giving you the quick read, if you notice when you guys share your big three, I put up my hands, right? But everything's based on the 1st house, the rising sign. So I'm a Scorpio rising, right? And so you go counterclockwise, Sag, Cap, Aquarius, and go around. So Pluto's in my 4th house right now. So no matter your sun and moon, I'm a Virgo sun, Cap moon. Right now, the sun is in Cancer in my 9th house. I just came home from vacation, but I knew the vacation would be good because what? Mercury and Jupiter were there in my 9th house of going on vacation, travel, right? So, and Jupiter's what? The great benefic. And then Venus in the 10th house, I was outside all the time in public. Venus, right? That love, I was attracting the vibrations, the money, the attention. So, the rising sign is the key. And what they didn't tell you guys, which is why they tried to do this intentional, so people didn't really get into astrology and the pop astrology. When you look at Cosmopolitan or the newspapers and they break down the little horoscope readings for each day, they're basing it on your rising sign, but the audience, the people are looking for their sun. So if your sun and rising aren't the same, it may not resonate with you. And that makes people think, oh, astrology is stupid. It's so general and this and that. No. They did that on purpose. They're not telling you that they're basing the reading on the rising.
They're saying this is your sun sign, but they're giving you a rising sign.
They're not saying
breakdown.
They're not saying
I know they're
anything.
not telling you that, but that's what they're get out of here.
Yes,
I didn't know that. See, even I learned something new.
So for example, when you read the newspaper, you're going to read, what is it breaking down for her? She'd be looking at Pisces, right? But they're basing it on that Pisces is based on the Taurus rising. So her Pisces is in the 11th house. So she needs to not look at Pisces. She's not a Pisces rising. She needs to look at Taurus. And then that Taurus energy would explain to her what's going on for that day in the horoscope. So you've got to look at the rising sign. So that's what happens in the magazines and the newspapers. So think about that, right? That's how you would be like, that doesn't resonate with me. Astrology's stupid. They do that because the people in power use the astrology and numerology. All the presidents, the Fortune 500 companies. Famous quote from JP Morgan, right? And even in the Epstein files, they had an astrology club. It was in Epstein files, y'all. These billionaires, they use this stuff. I try to tell you this all the time, right? So JP Morgan, what does he say? Astrology is the language of billionaires. Only millionaires don't use it. Look at the events in the world. When certain things happen, it coincides and connects to the astrology that's happening. That's why I can tell you things in Astro. That's why I told you in this week's Astro to go back and watch. When I broke down Thursday, I said this ceasefire deal that was going to be officially signed on Friday, there's going to be a hiccup on Thursday. Thursday night or whatever, Israel bombed Lebanon and messed up the deal. Now they recalibrated Saturday going into today. It seems like it's good. We'll see if that works. But what now? The moon is in Virgo, right? Let's see. It was in Virgo when they talked about it. Now the moon's in Libra. Let's see if this holds up. I told you, I kind of feel it's going to go back and forth like this for a while, and things may not really shift to bringing peace because they really don't want peace anyway, because this is a money grab, right? And portals and stargates, if you know, you know. Iran is Stargate 10. Hawaii Stargate 11, and that's where the souls energetically come in and out of this plane, this dimension. So August 12th is the Aquarius Leo solar eclipse, right? August 12th in Leo, I believe it's the solar eclipse. And then the lunar eclipse is August, I believe, 28th, closing up the Virgo Pisces chapter. So the Virgo season, Pisces lunar eclipse. Then the rest for the next 18 months will be Aquarius and Leo. And I say that because the Ayatollah that they killed from Iran was born in an eclipse. Benjamin Netanyahu was born in an eclipse. Donald Trump, born in an eclipse. Kamala Harris, she was born in an eclipse.
Very interesting, right, guys? But this is where we have to understand that there are no accidents and everything is done in a flow. Everything is aligned on different things. All these different world leaders and people of influence being born on eclipse is not an accident. I do want to back up to something that Queen D, what I started to say before you segued to her maybe doing a transit. Pull your chart and make sure that you do not get the Placidus, do the whole sign system, and then you can start breaking down all of your
well, if she books with me, I'll set it up for her and give her chart.
So you can do that. If you guys want to wait a little bit longer,
our book is coming out soon.
Yeah, so while we were on vacation, I got an email from our printer, so I need to slightly
She's working on that now.
Everything. So I'm going through all 189 pages of our book now to resize and pull out graphics and do all of this. It's a little bit challenging because it is a full color, very graphic intensive workbook. And so I'm going to resize everything, but I promise you it's going to be great. We have Marissa.
Hey, Deemer. And remember, it's titled Star Signs and Rhyme Lines. So we've interwoven hip hop culture. And I was able to take my wife, she already been there, and my boys to legendary Rocksteady Crew Park. Earl Manningoat was my home basketball court growing up between 97th and 98th in Amsterdam, New York City, when we went home. And I was showing them, I was like, this is hip hop history. I used to see all types of shows here. So Karis One, Fat Joe, The Far Side, Chia Lee, Cypress. I mean, just everybody would come through and they would do performances there every summer. In July, we'd have, the Rocksteady reunion. And, Earl Manningoat, they did a documentary on him on HBO. That's my home basketball court. He was supposed to make it to the NBA, but he didn't. He was a legendary street baller. So that's my neighborhood. That's where I grew up, hip hop culture. Crazy Legs, my boy Curious George, like my whole neighborhood. There's so much talent in my neighborhood, Upper West Side, I'd say from like 90th to 100th Street, or even 85th to 105th, that 20 block, 1 mile radius, we like run the world. It's crazy.
Yeah. So we have I might be saying it. I'm breaking it down. I think it's Marissa C. Kumi. If I said that wrong, I'm sorry. And then she said Han. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I'm going to shout you out anyways. And if you want to break it down some more for me, you can. And we have
welcome to the channel. Please subscribe.
We have an I Heart Beauty.
Hey, I Heart Beauty.
I think
she's new.
You're new.
You guys are new. Share your Sun, Moon, Rising. Please subscribe. Hit the like button, y'all. I want to see these like buttons going up. And I just appreciate you guys coming.
Like, and subscribe.
And happy Father's Day to everybody.
I want to get to 1 million followers.
Yeah.
Could we talk more about the whole sign system and Placidus system? I've looked at mine in both, and I do not resonate with things that I've looked into both charts, which is really interesting to me.
Well, I can help you to really understand and learn that. I prefer, that's what I was taught, it's more of a Hellenistic approach, more ancient astrology, the whole sign system. When astrologers like Robert Hahn, a famous astrologer, they were given the responsibility to decode ancient texts from Alexandria, Mesopotamia, Babylon. The old ancient astrologers in these books, they were using the whole sign system. When you have to do ancient timing techniques like annual perfection, where the first house is 0, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60 years old, intervals of 12, right? I can show you different life events and experiences you had by what age you are in annual perfection, and even for the future. And I have a reading on my website for annual perfection readings. There's nothing wrong with the Placidus. There's nothing wrong with Vedic sidereal. These are all different tools to get to the truth. Here's an example. In the Vedic sidereal, I'm a Libra rising. I'm still a Virgo sun, but I'm a Libra rising. I do not resonate with that. The only thing that's Libra rising about me, yes, I'm charming, but it's that my face is symmetrical and my upper and lower torso are even. my whole life story and experiences is Scorpio rising. And that's in the Western tropical whole sign system. Same in the Placidus. The difference though with the Placidus, there's an interception in my chart with Aquarius and Leo. So my 4th house is actually Pisces in the Placidus. That's not, I don't resonate with that. And the whole sign, my IC is in Pisces, which makes sense because my mother was a Pisces rising and Pisces moon in the 5th house of education and creativity. My MC, the midheavens, in Virgo. Okay. But the whole sign system, it works best for me. But if you work with an astrologer, you never hear me talk about it bad about any other astrologers. I don't believe in hating on people, none of that. But they're all just tools to get to the truth.
But okay. One thing I do want to point out is that when you get, and maybe you said this already, so I apologize if I'm repeating, but when you get into the more technical aspects of astrology, where you have to work with retiming and doing these things, you cannot do it in the Placidus. You have to transition over to the whole sign.
Yeah, and that's for annual perfection. Yeah.
So he just stays in the whole sign because it's
no
gonna,
need to go back and forth and
lead you
switch,
up to where you need to be if you ever really get deep into it. Does
but
that make sense?
But it's also cleaner, right? One sign, one house, right? Scorpio rising, my 12th house is Libra. When people come on here and they tell me I've got Scorpio in my 12th house and my 1st house, and then you're dealing with, the Placidus based the 1st house on the degree point. So if your ascendant's at 10 degrees, that's when your 1st house starts, right? So let's say if I was a Scorpio rising at 10 degrees in the Placidus.
Eva. Okay. Yeah, we have to get her later.
Yeah.
She's a talker. Anyways, so he's had but even with the Placidus, there's been some people who, like, we were talking to somebody and they didn't even have like one of the signs. Like it was just like not even
that's
there.
That's what I was saying.
Or it's called 2 different houses. Like, it's
called interceptions. And to me, you guys know the moon goes through every sign in a month, right? And planets have transits, and then you got asteroids and fixed stars, right? How could I not have the Leo Aquarius access, right? That Leo in the 10th house, that describes a lot about my life. I'm a professional actor. I'm in the Screen Actors Guild, the Scorpio rising. That Leo in the 10th house, I totally feel that energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm very creative at work or outside. Even when I was teaching, I was still entertaining, still acting and rhyming as a teacher in the 10th house. The 10th house is not always your career, but it is always the workplace, work environment, the government, the relationship with your dad and the authorities, your legacy and public image. The midheaven is where it could be 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th house, depending where you were born from the equator. But that midheaven, let's say if it's in the 11th, like mine is in Virgo, that's how now I got a Virgo stellium that's like absurd, but my midheaven's in Virgo. That's how I'm seen energetically for work, for my career, my legacy in public as a Virgo, right? But that workplace, work environment, Leo. So that tells you I got to blend the Virgo Leo energy for my career and work. So now I'm of service to the collective, but I'm going to do it in an entertaining way. I start off my show all the time with hip hop music or rhyming. That's Leo 10th house, my workplace, right? So, you just got to figure out what works best for you. But I will tell you the whole sign system, you come to me, that's how I'll do your chart, and it will resonate with you once I do it for you. Okay. So BigEAstrology.com. Any questions, email me, Eric@BigEAstrology.com. And I'd be honored to do your chart. I take it very serious, you guys. We don't do pop astrology over here. I give you the truth, but I give you the tools to literally day one make your life better. That's it.
Let me see. And Empress said, yes, I've had a beautiful astrocartography read for my relocation and lost it in my email erasure. I would love to get your cosmic perspective in read. I'll be reaching out soon. Thank you. That's so cool. And let's see. I think we have more comments.
I'll give you little examples as she's looking at other comments. I'm a Scorpio rising. I never thought I would leave New York City. But what's so crazy, my chart and all Scorpio rising, it does resonate for you to move in a drier, deserty climate like Arizona. Scorpio risings, Capricorn 3rd house, Aquarius 4th house, you should live, whether it's in the Middle East or, Dubai or whatever, or Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, in a drier climate. Capricorn, Aquarius, Saturn ruled, dry. Okay. So, that's a little key for Scorpio risings, but I can see, that with any chart, your 3rd and 4th house, I can break that down and tell you the best climates and areas for you to be. Okay.
And so let's see. Cherie said, I heart beauty. I relate more with my Placidus chart. I look at whole sign like it's external, and Placidus, it's more internal.
Okay.
That's cool. Queen D said, you're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then Phoenix said, my library here, I checked where I access the old newspapers on the computer. You have to ask to see if they have it available. Big E is great astrologer to get your chart done with, very thorough, on point. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I would love to go to a library and see if they have me or you in the thing. I would doubt it, but maybe they do. I don't know.
And fourth quarter said, got you, big bro. Thank you for the breakdown.
Thank you.
And then Demarissa said, hey guys, yes, when I first came in, Big E was rapping. That was hyping him up. But I love you guys. Yes, thank you. Thank you. And she said, happy Father's Day. And we love you that too. Oh my goodness. Let's see. And then let's see.
You never seen a 45 before.
I Heart Beauty said, Sun is in Virgo.
Okay.
Scorpio rising. Libra moon.
Okay. Libra moon in the 12th house, sometimes you and mom may not get each other. You definitely need harmony and peace in your bedroom when you're going to sleep. I would recommend sometimes unplugging the internet. That EMF is not good. Have the black tourmaline crystal that you can have in your bed, under your pillow. And if you get 2 next to your hip and thigh, very important for Scorpio rising, that 12th house, Libra. You also, with the Virgo Sun, the 11th, you are humanitarian and you can connect to groups and organizations over the internet, nonprofit. I don't know if you're midheavens in the 11th or the 10th in Leo, but Scorpio risings, we go through a lot of transformations, a lot of death and rebirths. So number one, you have to ask mom, something happened at your birth, either preeclampsia, jaundice, umbilical around the neck, emergency C-section to create the Scorpio rising. You're here to break generational curses. The challenge, I don't want to say gift and curses, but the challenge, a lot of transformations. Every 7 to 10 years, you may metamorphosis and go through a whole different thing as a new person. People knew you at 16 may not know you or recognize you at 25, and at 34, 43, 52. It could just boom, boom, boom. But you'll never go broke and homeless. Sagittarius, 2nd house, the ancestors have got your back. Okay. You can think back in your life when you were struggling or you needed something or whatever, and you weren't sure it was coming. Somehow, some way, the money has always come to you.
Yes.
That's having Sagittarius in the 2nd house. Scorpio risings, I don't care if they get addicted to drugs, whatever happens, they will never go broke and homeless.
And one thing I want to point out, we talk a lot about breaking generational curses. Many of you, whether you realize it or not, are breaking generational curses. Yeah. Why is this? Because we are living at a time of complete transition, going from the 3D to the 5D, going from the Pisces to the Aquarius, or the Aquarius.
Piscean age
to the age of Aquarius. He knows that. But anyways, we have to be breaking these curses. That's why so many people at this time are sitting here in this space where we're like, oh my God, why am I going through this? Why? Because you are setting up your lineage that's coming after you. Yeah. You're setting them up for that beauty. And if you don't break those generational curses, on the flip side, you're also setting up those future generations to have more struggle. So it is imperative that we don't shy away from it, that we don't get scared of it. We do that hard work of shadow work, of all the different things. It is for a reason. It's going to impact generations we can't even see right now.
And you don't ever want to hide from yourself, right? The worst thing you could do is ever lie to yourself. When I tell you to do that deep introspection and the shadow work and stuff, it is so crucial. You got to forgive everybody. I've been wronged by a lot of people. I forgive them. I forgive my younger self. I forgive my mother and my father, my grandma. You have to. Forgiveness is a gift to you. And that's what I teach my clients. Like, you hold on to stuff. Remember, in ancient times, the Egyptians would weigh the heart. That heart was light as a feather. Your soul would go on. If you had a heavy heart, that means you kept that anger and stuff in your heart. That heart was dense. You were trapped in this realm and dimension. So you want your heart to be light as a feather.
And oh God, I'm sorry. I was just about to say something and it went right out of my mind just that quickly. But it's so incredibly important to let that anger go, to move on, to let it go. That's what I was going to say. You know, in the Bible, what did Jesus say on the cross? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they are doing. When you are forgiving people, one, you're freeing yourself, but you're also understanding that some people cannot do better than what they've done. Some people are not going to get to that space. That is okay. They might not get to that space in this lifetime. They'll get to it in the next or the next, whatever amount of time it takes. We all come here. This earth is a school, and we are all evolving. And some people are in 5th grade. Some people are in 10th grade. Some 2nd grade, whatever it happens to be. This might not be their time to evolve, but they're doing the best they can. So forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do, because they can't do any better. If you're in the 2nd grade, 2nd graders can't do what 10th graders can do, period. It just is.
Yeah. But let me say this too. Some of y'all, you don't judge your parents. You need to see their birth chart. Do you know what they went through? Do you know the abuse, mental, emotional, verbal, that they went through? That they didn't have the tools and the language and the terminology and the time period to get healed? And what they say, broken people, hurt people,
hurt people.
Yeah, hurt people. So, but I'll say this: I've done this for a client before. Both her parents had passed away, but she wanted to get chart readings on her parents. I did that for her, and it just, she was just almost in tears. She's like, you helped me to really understand and to know who my mother and father were. And it was such a gift to me. So I can even do your parents' charts for you so you can understand them better.
On that note, I did an Akashic record reading with my mother. My mother did her own reading, and I came in at the tail end specifically to understand what our relationship had been through other lifetimes and whatnot. And it has given me such a profound understanding of my mother. And it's helped me to have more love and compassion. So just things to think on. Did we already do I Heart Beauty's Sun, Virgo, Scorpio, Rising, Libra, Moon?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
And let me know if Dad was more of just a friend. And I wonder if Mom and Dad got divorced and how you and Mom are in terms of your connection. But yeah, that's
and
what
then Demarissa, she said, do you look into sidereal?
I'm a Western tropical astrologer. It uses the whole sign system. I use principles of evolutionary astrology, and I use principles of the Vedic astrology. So I'm not a Vedic astrologer, Western tropical, but yes, I use principles of Vedic. Here's one of them. The in-laws you see in the 8th house. Western tropical, they feel like you can see the in-laws in the 9th house. That doesn't resonate. It's the 8th house. After the marriage, when you merge the resources and energy, the 8th house sign will tell the story of the in-laws, and the 8th house sign, like for me, Scorpio rising Gemini's sun, moon, and rising, the 8th house sign will be attracted to you. And I look back and I dated a ton of Gemini ladies in my life. I married a Pisces. I, got wise.
He got wise
as I got older. But I did date a lot of Gemini girls, and I wonder why, right? I'm a Virgo, like, but once I learned astrology, I was like, oh snap, that 8th house, right? So,
let's see.
But just because they're attracted to you, the 8th house, doesn't mean that's who you should marry and they're good for you. So pay attention.
4th quarter said Howam. I'm not exactly sure. You might want to let us know if you want us to answer that. I Heart Beauty. She's talking to Sheree 10, and she says, I was thinking they may be adding different layers. Thank you for sharing that. So cool. Like, I love it. Y'all keep talking. We have energetic nature with us. She's saying hi.
I love that.
No,
I don't know you. Welcome.
There we go.
You new people. Are you hitting the subscribe button and the like button, please?
We're trying to get to 1 million followers.
I really appreciate it. But energetic nature, I love the name, the vibe. Who are you? Share your Sun, Moon, Rising if you want. Before we go, I'll break down the little big 3 for you. But thank you for coming. Love the name. And yes, I was just grounding and earthing in nature before the show. I do it every day. That's how I connect. I talk to the ancestors. I meditate. I do my breath work. I do my toning, right? All of it. Sometimes I'll step outside, and bring my my crystals with me, whatever. But I love nature. The trees, the mycelium network, the plants, they hold so much knowledge. Okay, it's important. So thank you for coming.
And let's see, she says, what placement causes you to allow people to connect, but not always what placement causes you to, I'm sorry, the thing is moving on me as I'm reading. Causes you to allow people to connect, but you're always left alone, but great at creating connections to others.
I'd have to see the chart. It depends. It may not be just one placement, and it may be specific aspects. It's going to be unique to your chart. I mean, it could be something with Venus, Neptune, Saturn combination. It could be a myriad of things. The 5th house is dating, romance, fun, sex. The 7th house is relationships and marriage. 8th house is soul merging. I mean, it could be anything, So I'd have to see your chart.
Things.
Was this energetic that said this? Asked this?
Yes, this was energetic.
So energetic. If you share your Sun, Moon, Rising, that gives me a little bit more insight, and I'll break that down for you. But yeah, it could be a lot of different things. It could be Moon, Saturn, Venus aspects. It could be a lot.
And so then she gave her sun is Cancer.
Okay.
Her rising is Sun, Moon. Her sun is Cancer. Her Capricorn Moon and her Leo rising. Right. So the Cancer Sun in the 12th house, that Capricorn Moon in the 6th. And she says she's a Venus Leo.
Okay. So Leo on the Venus on the ascendant. So you're going to age really nicely like me. I got Venus and Scorpio on the ascendant. Congrats. You're having your Venus return right now. Attract the money. Wear more bright colors. That Cancer Sun in the 12th house, maybe dad traveled a lot for work. Maybe your parents got divorced after you left the house or whatever. But your Cancer Sun in the 12th house, you kind of get revitalized. You need time private alone. You can have very deep emotions and mood swings in your home, and you don't like to share that out in public. You'd be stunting on them in public with your Venus Leo, like, look at me, energetic nature, look at me. I can climb up in a tree. That's how it would just be, rocking with the flea and the bumblebee. But that Capricorn Moon in the 6th house, you're like work. You're Rihanna, right? You work hard, then play hard. The Capricorn Moon, the Moon doesn't love being in the 6th house. That's a Mars house, planetary joy, and mild malefic house. Houses 3, 6, 10, 11 get better over time. But the Capricorn 6th house, you're about that business. You're about that work. You get it done. And everybody at work will rely on you. You'll be the go-to person. They'll be like, your energetic nature, And you could really work in nature. Maybe you're an arborist. Maybe you work a tree. Maybe you work in business, corporate America. The one thing, make sure you're eating more fruits and veggies. Virgo 2nd house, Cap Moon 6th house. And remember, Cap Moons are very good at writing and music. I got Cap Moon 3rd house and it's planetary joy. So it nullifies some of that debilitation energy because the moon's in its joy in the 3rd house. But in the 6th house, you got to watch your digestion. So if you have tum issues, and you got Scorpio in the 4th house, so you could have some tum issues. Make sure you're putting a little Celtic sea salt in your water, grounding, earthing in nature, which I guess you already do. And definitely you want to increase your fruits and vegetables. Remember, the fruit you got is the H3O, so it's better hydration. And that coconut water, you understand? Get you the coconut water, some Celtic sea salt in your water, put the minerals back in. You submit, they strip it, give you dead water. You don't need that. So I think we're going to get ready to bounce. We've been on for a hot minute. I love you guys. We're going to check on our boys. It's almost time for them to come back home. And please subscribe to the channel, but do me that solid. All of you guys here, the one thing you can do, right? Now, Cash App, like I said, $ BigEAstro. Join the community. We have a tribe. We meet twice a month. It's magical. Some of these amazing people in here are a part of our tribe. It's the Knowledge is Love Tribe community. We have Portia Cooper, numerologist and cardiologist, coming next Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern on the 26th. She'll be on the podcast on the 25th, Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Watch that. The tribe is www.community.BigEastrology.com. $23 a month. You get 2 free coffee talks, the meetings, discounts on services. $10 a month. You get the meetings and a few discounts as well. But we have people come to the tribe. July 10th, I got Joseph Octaviani, herbalist, amazing, Life the Plant Way. Check out his business, amazing brother. He lives in Puerto Rico now. He was from Long Beach, California. Brilliant young genius. His herbs and tinctures really help and work for people. So he'll be teaching stuff. And Portia Cooper is going to break down the numerology and cardiology this Friday for us at the tribe. I'll announce the coffee talks, but the first one for July will be on the 11th, Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon. I'll be breaking down the chart of the transit, 18 months, Aquarius North Node, Leo South Node. You don't want to miss that. All right. And email me if you have any questions, eric@BigEAstrology.com, and the website is BigEAstrology.com.
So Energetic said she just found us. Thank you. We're so happy. See, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And she does juice, and she said thank you.
Yes.
And share us with your friends, okay?
Yes, tell everybody.
Tell your friends.
We appreciate it.
We need some people like my husband to be hitting those millions and hundreds of thousands of followers. We'll start with 100,000. We're at 11,000 now. We need to get to 100. Then we need to get to 1 million. These are the things that we need to be pushing in this algorithm and in this world, so that we have more positivity and light.
Because we're going to be vibrating in that heart chakra frequency, Jupiter, Leo, and the Human Design Prophecy 2027. So that's what this channel is about, right? It's not an accident. Knowledge is Love Astrology Podcast. I came up with that in the 90s. Knowledge is love. If you love somebody, you keep them in the know. They should never have to guess, assume, or believe, because they can do that wrong. Therefore, knowledge is love. She doesn't have to guess that I love her. I let her know.
Every day,
you understand? So the knowledge is love. It's very important. Think about that. If you move like that in life, it just creates better, more healthy relationships with everybody. So I love you guys. I'll probably be back, like I said, Tuesday afternoon, because Tuesday night's the NBA draft. I am spiritual voodoo, but I'm still New York City MC, Cro-Magnon man. Don't ever get it twisted. Okay. And and the first album's Hip Hop Forever, the second album's True Speaker, and the third album coming in probably 2027. God told me to tell you. So it's real over here. And the book will be coming out soon, Star Signs and Rhyme Lines. For you new people, I am literally a walking ghost. I basically died in 2021. I was in coma for 40 days and in hospital for 85 days, a little mixture of the Delta COVID, and they gave me steroids, activated my valley fever. And I fell into coma September 6th, 2021, and I awakened October 16th. So you want to go watch an episode that's really deep, you can look on my channel, and I've been on many different podcasts talking about my NDE, but also Laura Bruno, brilliant astrologer, working on an astrology NDE book, and I'm in her book in the Moon and Mars chapter. She came on, and you can just look in the search, but Laura Bruno, BigE Astrology, NDE, and you'll watch that episode, it'll blow your mind. But yeah, so I I've been on the other side. So I've got a lot of insight and knowledge that a lot of people don't have because I was in coma.
Thank you. So. Energetic says she will be putting people on.
Thank you, Energetic.
Thank you so much.
God bless you guys.
That. We get by with a little help from our friends. And Phoenix said, I know a person who is still blaming her parents for her life. She is Aquarius sun, Scorpio moon, Pisces.
Those are the three most Pisces. Karmic. Yeah.
She was born February 1st, 1986. We had not spoken in 2 years and 4 days ago, still saying the same thing. But here's the thing. Yeah. I want you to stop for this, think about that for a minute. She's still blaming other people. When we blame other people, we are giving away our power. Do not give your power away to anybody, even if they mean you're well. Don't give your power to them. Use your power to uplift. Use your power to uplift them, yourself, people around you, but don't give your power away. We're done doing that.
And Aquarius sun, she's got karmic debt to pay off to the father. She got to clear that karma, And Scorpio moon, she was here to break generational curses. She's got to do the work, introspection. You just send her to me. I'll clean her up and get her right. But you guys, as we say goodbye in 15 seconds, please come back, not the chat, but in the comment section. Just leave a little thanks, E, or great show, fire emoji. It helps the show grow in the algorithm so this YouTube game. And I really appreciate it, you guys. So thank you for coming. Thank you. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there.
And just Phoenix said they love us more. Thank you. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Guys.
And
it's real over
Empress
here.
says she's also going to share it. So
thank you, Empress.
Thank you.
That's your Father's Day gift to me, you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay.
You have no idea. This is my business. This is my career. This is my money. But this is my passion, my love.
Yes, it is.
And it's my calling.
I'm so thankful that,
I'm always here to be of service to you guys. So I greatly appreciate you.
It's interesting. We moved from New York to Arizona 15 years ago. And we moved here specifically so that we talked about him getting connected with his passion. And that's the thing. I don't know if he would have necessarily found this in New York because you had to grind so hard and stay in this space, not to mention energetically, there's certain things that, so he needed this move to get in this space, to be in his passion. If you guys are in a space where you need to move to get to your passion, do it. Don't put it off. Do it.
It was fake. Plunge. We didn't have I didn't have a job lined up.
We had no job. We had no nothing. We knew nobody out here. It wasn't always easy. But you know what? It has allowed my husband to get in his passion, which is then showing our children things, help me with it. Move, get in your passion, jump. I mean, don't be stupid. But
check in with your heart chakra and your intuition.
Faith.
Your intuition is your media. You become the president and leader of your own life, and you become the media. You know everything.
Yes.
I can guide you and help you, but at the end of the day, everything's with you. You got to listen to that little butterfly in your stomach. You got to listen to that tingle, that twinge. You got to listen to that voice in your head and your ear. You got to listen to the third eye. These two eyes will deceive you and lie to you. These will get you in more trouble than you could ever imagine. You got to tap into this one.
Right?
They call it the third eye.
When you are meditating, tap, 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 tap. Stimulate it, then get down to your heart to connect those two things. Get your heart and your third eye flowing together, okay?
But what I was saying is, they call it the third eye, but this is really your first eye, okay? And so just know you really have crystals in here and in your body. So connect to the crystals, connect to the cannabis. Don't smoke nothing, but God put it here from Dog Star Sirius. There's so much, but come back and click the button. Let's say goodbye. Thank you for watching episode 471 of my Knowledge is Love Astrology podcast. Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Happy
Father's Day, Cancer season, Summer Solstice. Remember, this Cancer season until July 21st, 22nd, Virgo moon, Cancer sun, squaring Neptune and Aries, but trining the Pisces North Node. No days off. Get on your spiritual discipline.
Get on it.
You'll thank me later. Okay.
Just very fast. Energetic talked about this is her Capricorn sync. I just learned that Cap Moon's superpower, synchronized events. Absolutely.
And Cap Moon, your superpower is you're not scared of hard work. Discipline. That's how you honor that Cap Moon. But like I told you, music and writing, Cap Moons are very creative. And the moon is memory. I can remember conversations from 2nd and 3rd grade. She'll tell you, I forget nothing.
He doesn't.
So that
sometimes it makes me crazy.
That Cap Moon is no joke. Yeah, because she don't remember.
I don't remember nothing. I'll be like, what?
What? Cap Moon.
There's nothing personal.
Seriously, there's a library in my brain that is absurd. Because I would remember my friends' stories for them. One of my buddies, he wouldn't even remember his girlfriend's relationships. I'd be like, no, that wasn't that girl. It was this girl. You know what I mean? I would remember for him, like, because I just don't forget. That's the Cap Moon.
It's a beautiful gift.
Yeah.
And then Phoenix said, yes, Lon, she'll pass that on to her friend, the Pisces, who's still angry at her mom.
Yeah.
And about son, pass that to her 12th house son is about boundaries as well, which she has, and me too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And same, laughing her ass off. Energetics laughing. And then
love you guys.
Energetics said full moon born too.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say that Cancer sun, full moon. Are mom and dad still together? I hope so. And I wonder if you and dad sometimes don't see eye to eye. When sun or moon in the 12th house, sometimes there could be a dissolving of the relationship with the parent. Doesn't mean they weren't a good parent. But sometimes there can be challenges where you just don't get each other, on a deeper level. You just may not get each other. Okay. But full moon, you're here for a great purpose. You understand? So definitely reach out. Energetics, book the chart reading. I'd love to find out, what you do and connect with you. So, all right, you guys, come back in 20 seconds. Come back and leave a comment for me.
Thank you.
It means a lot. And happy Father's Day, everybody.
Listen and follow and obey that inner voice. God, goddess within you. Thank you, Phoenix. That's true.
Yeah.
And energetic nature said no, yes.
And happy Father's Day to my father, my dad. I love you, Dad, in heaven. R.I.P. William Kidd Taylor.
Yes.
He was the best.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming and spending some time with us.
I'll see you Tuesday afternoon, probably 4 p.m.